What is up, guys? Houdini here, and welcome back to a little bit of Dragon Quest III. This is the HD-2D remake in all of its glory. Hell yes, it's looking gorgeous. It's like that perfect like Octopath Traveler changed everything for these sprite-based games. Hopefully we'll get Final Fantasy VI in the future. That would be great. This one's really, really wonderful. It starts off the Erdrick trilogy, so we'll be getting 3 right now, and then we're getting 1 and 2 in the new year. So it's a little bit confusing. That's just how the trilogies were. Hell yes, it's nice. There's a lot of new improvements in this one. Obviously, you've got the wonderful remake graphics. You've got a lot of nice little quality of life features, like getting around a little bit faster and faster battles. And also a brand new vocation with the monster wrangler stuff. So they've added a whole new little tournament area where you can fight with your little monsters, and some of them pretty cool. Cool idea. Nice. I wonder will it transfer over to all the rest of the games. We'll see. Alright, hey DBG, hello. First in the building, dude. How you doing? What you up to today? Is it cold enough for you out there? I don't know if you guys are getting snow. I did see some of the snowstorms coming across. Let's see, can we try one of these? Nice. The Monster Arena. So if you can tell, we've switched up a few of our characters. I didn't know how to do that. Then I figured it out. So we got a female warrior with her gorgeous long flowing purple curly hair and almost skin tight armor. That female armor where it's like level 99 but it's like barely wearing anything. And we have this cute little female priest with the reddish burgundy hair called Aberlin. So very cool, nice. Alright, so you get to name them and change their vocation and everything. Let's give this a shot. I don't know if we're going to be fighting ourselves or do we use our little monster. The team looks slightly depleted. Signing up some monsters. Okay, I'm still trying to figure that out. Yeah, we only have Slime who we met. Okay, I thought you had to just fight normal monsters, but I think it's the ones you meet out in the world. That's alright. Okay, we can come back and do that another time. We got a few bunny girls, which is classic Dragon Quest. Look how beautiful it is. The sprite work is insane. So you got that kind of 2D and then 3D backgrounds. Lovely. You doing? I leave tomorrow. Nice. Checking in your flight today. Good on you. Yeah, it's good to do it early. Are you going to bring much luggage? You're just going to bring like carry-on stuff? Very nice. Oh, I think I went the same way back up. So in terms of the story, we kind of just kicked it off. You know, we haven't done that too much yet. These older games, like this one's from the very, very late 80s, and then by the time it made it over here, you know, Jesus, it's so cold here and so wet and miserable. It's like between freezing fog and just rain. Alright, cool. We made it here to this little area. It's just gorgeous, this town. Romera it's called. I don't think there's anything we're really doing here right now. This is the Switch version, and there has been a bit of notable slowdown, which is unfortunate, but these kind of old school games, it's so good to play them handheld. It's the way I remember them, it's the way a lot of people remember them. Whether you had like an old Game Boy or maybe your Steam Deck now or your Vita, whatever you played it on. Nice. Yeah, this one's not as big. We just got off the back of Metaphor. I kind of got this as a pseudo birthday present to myself back in mid-November. So I'm only kind of getting to it now, but it's all good. It's like a 30+ hour. Nice. Okay, so Romerian Road. Let's see how we're going to get past here. Uh-oh. Guards. Oh yeah, these guys are kind of Italiano. Nice to have a voice acting as well.
Now march, Cavalieri.
Cavalieri. Are they Cavalieri? Cavalry? No horses. Maybe it just means do it cavalierly. Hello?
Scusi.
If you've ever seen Euro Trip, you'll know that joke. Okay. Yes, we have. Are you looking for us?
You are wary. Do not worry. I'm an alleato, an ally.
You better be.
We recently received a letter from the king of your nation. He
Ah.
mentioned sending a warrior off on a great quest.
That would be
You
us.
are exactly as he described.
Watches Spy Kids. Nice. The original Spy Kids. Damn, that's a blast from the past. Jesus. I'll tell you one thing, like, it wasn't until, what was it, like Machete Kills, where I saw Alexa Vega all grown up, and my goodness, did she grow up. But she never became like that big of a movie
I
star.
had hoped for some help tracking down our
I
king's
think she had the chops.
You see,
Here's what it is. People don't tend to take a lot of like Latin cinema serious It sucks.
As a result,
It's wonderful. Like, you literally got like people like Robert Rodriguez, only one really holding the flag. Ortega. Okay, so we're on the hunt basically for our father's killer. So this is part of the Erdrick trilogy, which is like one of the first ones. This hero here, he'd be mentioned. He's even mentioned in Dragon Quest XI, so you can see how long that lasts.
The outpost will be open soon enough. We believe we have found the hideout.
Starting to get cold. Hold my room quite often.
Returned in due course. Viva el Rey!
Nice. Yeah, your consoles will keep you warm. Alright, what's happening?
Those ruffians are in the tower to the northwest.
Yeah.
The one that's just over the mountains.
So when you change parties, you kind of have to level them up again. You'll be able to change locations.
When I made the journey to the western
It's up to you if you want to do that.
It is quite the
You
track,
just want
let
to
me
stick
tell
it
you.
out. Metaphor was really special. Definitely one of my favorite RPGs in the last long while. Makes me want to play Persona 5. We'll see if there's time for that. 150 hours, like, it's no joke. No joke. Hello, Horsey. Come here, little shite. He just does a little whinny. Any secrets over here? You never know what you'll find. Even a mini metal. I found a mini metal house, which is back beside your own house at the very first area. Kind of got underneath. Mini metals are the collectible in the game. You get them from certain chests and things just by searching. There's a certain amount of them. What's this? A belly dance? Oh my. Alright, yeah, let me show you my party. It's me party. Let's see. We get anything else? Power ring? No, okay. We have a Chimera ring. That's kind of fast travel around, so it's not too much. So, yeah, these being old school games, just like Final Fantasy, they have great kind of stories, but they're not quite nuanced, you know. They are what they are, you know. You go here, do that, kill that, come here, do that, kill that, you know. That's kind of your MO. And they're kind of fantastical in that way, too. Alright, Outpost Asham. So they were talking about going to, let me see. So we're going that way, okay. To the Vest. Let's try and get this little sparkly thing first, huh? So it does have random encounters, and it is uber aggressive, my goodness. But as I said, I think there's certain things you can get to quell that if it's a bit too aggressive for you. It's understandable. And I figured out that you can, if you change your tactical order, you can control each person separately, or you can just have them all fight wisely, which is a nice way of speeding through some of the mobs. So my advice would be keep this fight wisely on for the mobs, and then when the boss comes along, switch back to handling business yourself, you know. Nice. I think Fortnite servers are down or something. Not sure what's going on. Probably just get inundated, or some streamer got banned maybe. I'd heard that a lot of them got banned at the start of the season, and now getting unbanned for like wrong bans or whatever. Who knows? And they're getting like compensation. But it's clear they're using AI to do things as usual, and then it's blanket banning, and then they're probably like going back individually. I see this a lot with so many things, like the monetization on YouTube is pretty much done by AI, but then it switches over and it's like, oh yes, we will manual review with a real person. I think that some people have jobs of doing that. Same with Netflix and that. And all these places, they just curate and watch things for these companies. Not why. Look at these crazy, creepy zombie dogs. So there, yeah, this would be where your tactics are. You can control them all there, you see. I keep main character on follow orders, everyone else is on fight wisely. I give a boomerang, she's got a lance. Yeah, I'm glad. Look at her beautiful little hair. So we got, I was going to pick a monster wrangler. Let's see. Yeah, they're a bit lower level, so they might die here. Yeah, they would have to focus on her, wouldn't they? Goddamn. Nice. So we're going to end up going into this tower with a coffin. Yeah, so they're a little bit lower level. It's a little bit tougher. I don't think I have. It's funny when someone dies in your party, they're just walking around as a coffin. It's hilarious. I don't know if I have something to bring them back. Let me see. It sucks. That one like wards off weaker enemies. That might stop some of them. Yeah, I don't think I have anything. That sucks. They would have had to focus on her, wouldn't they? The weaker characters just take a second. You're better off to try and shield them. This is the outpost they want me to go to. I might have a place to rest. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's okay. It's just I don't want them lacking in any of their stuff. Alright. Well, right there, this way lies El Regno de Portuga, the Kingdom of Portuga. Is that not right? Where I need to go? If you want to go Portuga, you must find the the magic key. Sile, understand? Used to anyone could come and go as they please. By kids too? Yeah. Good stuff, good stuff. I remember going to see them in the theatre. I was like, wow. I didn't bother with 3D. I think by then I'd grown up, and I never was a big fan of the 3D stuff, never understood it. Even in the 80s when I saw people. The whole thing was just a disaster. Just annoyance. Why do you want something in front of your face when you're trying to enjoy? Okay, you want me to come here? I have to find the magic key first. Do we track down infamous thief in one of the world's powers? Okay. I wonder why it made me come here then. How strange. Why would the map tell me to come here? 4 medals. Oh, it tells me up there. Cool. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty when your party members die. It's pretty rough. Okay, so let's see. Oh no, they wanted me to go up there. So how do you get through there then? How do you get over there? Up and around that bridge there. I see, I see. Okay. Let's go back and rest our little friend. I was thinking this was going to happen, but what can you do? So you can even go back to the starting block if you want to. But no, we'll go back to, what is it? Oh yeah. Just so we can rest. You're going to have a little bit of that, sadly. I noticed the characters they give you straight off the bat as well do seem to have really good stats. I was like, because I kept the mage who ended up being, what's his name? Romeo. Good old Romeo. And even for a mage, he's pretty good. But I give him the cursed ring, and it changes their personalities. And personalities is a big thing in the game because I think it affects their moveset, and it might actually affect their stats as well. So you got to pay a small fee to bring them back. Nice. My dick calls a small fee, so we need resurrection. I think it's like 90 or something, which is a lot at this point in the game. Nice. Need to get more armor for them. That's what's wrong. Splitting it against a couple of people. Oh, it's kind of the little religious part of the game, but don't shove it down your throat. It's just something that stayed with the game with the goddess stuff. I have little heals on the main character too. Yeah, like what level are they? 7 versus 9 and 10. It might not seem like a bit of difference, but it is. There you go, buddy. Okay. Nice. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit tougher than normal, just at the start. It's all good. Look how gorgeous it is. We got the little lantern, all the little fireflies moving around. They've done such a wonderful job. Hell yes. I think Octopath Traveler kind of basically putting down the blueprint for all these type of games has just led to this beautification, and like it's not all just Square Enix either, but a lot of it, like you know, you definitely got like Star Ocean, the second story remake as well. Just oh my goodness, that I think Star Ocean sticks nearly completely to a more pixel art style. You see some of these HD-2Ds like this where the overworld and the rest of the world is more 3D remake, and then everyone else is sprite based. But Octopath and Star Ocean 2, they both hold on to the pixel art even in the houses, and it works either way, you know. It's all good to me. What the graphics of the overworld of this can remind me a lot of the DS games without all the dithering and stuff, you know. It still has that. It's just beautiful. Nice. So it's good to have these, and this is like cheapest chips on the Switch as well, which is great. We have Sakaguchi's next game out, the legendary Hironobu Sakaguchi from the Final Fantasy. He's bringing out Fantasian, which is made with dioramas and stuff like that, which is very cool. He's bringing that to console finally. It was an Apple Arcade exclusive, and he was like having a chat with the interviewer about, you know, finally putting more games on Xbox, because he had a huge exclusive deal with Mistwalker at the time. That's why we got Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey. That he had a couple of things with Nintendo, Operation Rainfall and that, where they had made the last story and Pandora's Tower and the original Xenoblade Chronicles as well. And then they were stuck for a while on the Wii, and Operation Rainfall kind of brought them back, and so on and so on. It's like history in the making, baby. It's really cool. And now, like, Xenoblade Chronicles, I would argue, is one of Nintendo's, like, huge series. What's this? Secret spots. We're finding secret areas, just waiting for someone. Anything that looks out of the ordinary. Good. So yeah, that's really cool. And then we're going to get Xenoblade Chronicles X back, and maybe they'll go in that direction. We'll see what next. And Monolith Soft, who make those games, have also, like, just been huge to what's going on with these two? To Nintendo. They've helped with every big game. I have a few, but let's see. Directions be entirely accurate. Remember, there was one to the north, massive tree next to a mountain, and another one down inside the mountain too. Pretty sure I saw one near a snowy spot. Okay, thank you. But what's here? Thank you. Better directions. What are these? Are these two like lovers meeting here in the secret spot? Not too often I have guests. Suppose you can sort of explore. Somebody share some wisdom in honor of the chance encounter. As long as you stay here, monsters will not attack you. What's more, there's other places like this. Can we heal here or rest or anything? Be sure of the time to explore unusual spots. Okay, cool. Nice. I'm a little bit late today. With the weather and Wednesdays are pretty tough. But I hope you're all having a good, happy... Nice. A full moon ring. Cool. Happy little hump day. Get closer to Christmas and stuff. Do you guys bother with Christmas shopping? There we go. Let's see what the full moon ring does. A perfectly pure ring that helps prevent its wearers from succumbing to paralysis. Nice. And it ups your luck. We got a few cool things now. We got like Restless Heart accessory, who will change you to be a plugger, which sounds a bit dirty. And then you got this cool dragon scale. Most of these I've just found. Nice. I gave up the main character's shield and headgear so I could help him. He's wearing a whip right now. Give the lance to her. Nice. Now the male-female stuff doesn't really affect anything. Just like in real life, it doesn't matter. But some armor is exclusive to the ladies, so just think about that maybe. Alright, so was there anything else here? Nice. Oh, it doesn't even show up on the map. Cool. It is a secret spot. Let's see, is there anything else? Maybe a mini medal or something. Always check these barrels and stuff. Here we go. A bit of strong medicine. Okay, I'll take that. So yeah, there's really actually a lot. Like I always complain about Nintendo not having much settings, and it still holds true. If you get to miscellaneous, you have to go into the game to do this, and in your system settings, there's actually loads of things you can look. Regular battles and monster arena, you can change the speed. In your display, you've got actual brightness, which is crazy. You get zoomed in and all this stuff. See, camera speed. In your audio, which is insane. You can tell like they're kind of confused what to do with it. So you've got like a quiet, loud meter. Quest and difficulty, text running speed and that, and you know your toggles, and then your text and voice languages. So it's not really cool. Like Nintendo don't do that. They just don't. So it's nice to see that. Don't know why. I hope they come into the fucking, you know, future with the accessibility options with the Switch 2. Every day there's new Switch 2 leaks. Like now they're saying it'll be June and it might be 449 because they want to move forward and have the main Switch 2 be the OLED model, because in their experience the fan base are extremely blown away with the OLED model, which is an OLED screen, which I believe is using crystal diodes instead of liquid diodes, so it's extremely sharp image even for something small. So then they're going to be using their version of DLSS or DLS, yeah, is it? No, DLSS, or maybe one of those anyway. It basically just means deep learning super sampling, DLSS. Yeah, I was right the first time. And you know, PlayStation have their yoke where they're using PSSR, which is a little bit different, and they're obviously making mistakes with it, you know. You'll figure it out. But DLSS has been proven, you know. There's version 3, then there's FSR, which is kind of like frame generation. These are all just fancy words and abbreviations for AI, machine learning and super sampling, which create the illusion of, you know, really good frame rate and really good resolution. It's been a game changer for the lesser. See how aggressive the... Oh, look at this. Jay, look at this dude. Oh my god, it's the new Nosferatu. Yeah, because these earlier games had extremely aggressive random encounters. And I know that might not be for everybody. Whoa, that whip is so sick. It's okay. I get that, you know. I played these games back in the day in Final Fantasy and the OG Pokemons, and I'm telling you, I knew all about it. So yeah, PlayStation didn't end up doing anything for the 30th anniversary, but they it's been said, you know, people have the background and back data mining of YouTube channels and that. So there is trailers being prepped. So I would be expecting. Wow, that was a lot just for that. I would be expecting something at the Game Awards on the 12th. So yeah, I don't know if it'll be the Sony. You know, that one of those worst kept secrets, but the God of War Greek games are supposed to be getting a remastered remake. We'll see. Probably without 3 in it, but all the rest of them we'll see, because they already did 3. Alright, let's push as far as we can. Even with the new little toggle speedy boots, it's not going to help you with that crazy amount. Nice. Nice, we're still strong enough for now anyway. Oh, didn't put me asleep. The only issue with things like the boomerang and the whips is it attacks groups of enemies. So what that means is same types or same row, you know. So you can see there he only attacked the one bunny there. Nice. I mean, I would argue doing this feels like auto-battling, and it might not be for your best interest, but it sure makes it go faster. And when it's these kind of mobs, it doesn't matter too much. I think when it comes to the bosses, you better off to have full control, I would say. So yeah, look how gorgeous this is. My goodness, I love it. I don't have as much control. I would say, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'd say like the likes of Octopath Traveler and, as I said, Star Ocean, the second story, are just, they almost feel like from the ground up remakes, you know. So is this to a degree, but I think they've tried to be almost too perfect to the old games and held on to some what can only be described as like kind of ancient roadblocks that they didn't know any better from. So it's up to you. Like, you can't go wrong with any of those. If you love this style, and I hope you do, because this is a way of bringing the past into the future, then this is the way to play them, you know. Now I know there's people that are purists and they're afraid of their special copies losing values for collector's items, but you should be glad that people are still remembering and thinking of these things instead of keeping it as some kind of old boys club where it's just like, well, I love this game and no one else is allowed to. That kind of gatekeeping. Sometimes I feel like that way when it comes to, hold on, this big tree here. I feel that way when it comes to music and stuff, but it's more about, like, I want them to listen to it. Not that I don't want them, I just would rather them be more educated about things, that's all. We think we found a friendly monster. Cool. Calms the monster with a soothing voice and tells it about Monty's Monster Menagerie. Nice, so he'll join the slime. So you have to find friendly ones like that. I thought I needed to find them. His name is Gobblebert, that's hilarious. I thought I needed to find them inside of the battles and just not attack, so I was definitely dying a bit that way. I'm stupid. Because this is all kind of new. This stuff, the monster wrangling, the vocation that comes with it, or the class, if you want to call it that, and the monster arena, all brand new. So they put a lot of love into this, and I don't know, the way it works is, so you get this game, it's about $50 on the Switch, probably a bit more expensive on the other platforms, and it's just wonderful. But I think about January or March, or maybe more, who knows, you're going to get 1 and 2 redone as their own complete package, probably from the same price, you know. So I think they're much shorter, more antiquated games, because it was literally 1 and 2. This one, they'd kind of figured things out. The storyline, this is technically a prequel, an origin story, and then it jumps a couple of 100 years to the first game, to 1, where they learn about Ortega, who we're going after in this one, and you know, his father, and Erdrick, obviously, of course. And then with Dragon Quest XI, the latest one that had come out, we'd also heard some news of Erdrick as well. So it's really cool. Just like, it's like you get to play. It was very clever of them to do that. Now, I don't know at the time when we saw it at the end of 11, it made it look like it was a 1-to-1 remake. And then they went with this style. I, for one, am happy. They also have a collection of the OG Dragon Quests that have been emulated forward. And you can get them, all 3 of them, in a collection that came out like a couple of months before this. And it was kind of confusing people. They were like, it's here already, I'm so glad. So it was a bit of poor taste on their part, or possibly trying to milk an audience. But that's kind of Square Enix for you. What I would have done, me personally, I would have either given those away for free as like a secret inside this game, kind of like what Medieval did, the Medieval remake. You can find the original Medieval inside of it. I would have done that, or I would have like had it as the NSO stuff, which is the Nintendo Online stuff. I would have just put it on there or something. I know, but I know it's Square Enix, so it's a little bit different. I don't know. There's no really right way of figuring that out. My personal opinion, you're just not going to get everything right. Can't please everybody. But I think that's what they're trying to do, you know. And we know the old take, by trying to please everybody, you sort of please nobody. It's a tough one. Oh my god, he just keeps calling for more backup. Oh my god, we went from 2 to 4. Nice. They're crabbids because they're rabid crabs. Isn't that cool? I don't know what the other guy from Spy Kids is up to these days. The little dude with the curly hair. I don't know what he's up to. I've never seen him. Is he the guy? He looks like it. The guy who was in the SpongeBob thing. For the cap that Ariana Grande ended up getting with. He was dead ringer for that guy. Alright, let's see. 51. That's just good to equip everyone. When you change your party out, they will give you their gear back, so don't worry about that. I was a little bit. I'm like, oh my god, are they going to eat the stuff? See anything new there? Nice. All my good luck and everything that's been going on. I'm getting the PC a week early and that. I think there's a little bit of trouble down here. Someone breaking in, busting the door down or something. I think somebody stole like all the packages of mine, but it's okay. It's Amazon though. We'll figure it out. It's no big deal. Better that than someone get hurt or something, you know. Just sucks. I can't. I've looked at it. It's always like it tells me on Amazon. It goes like handed to the person or put in the letterbox. That's all I ever get. I'm like, dude, you did neither because I wasn't home. I'm in work, you know. You did neither. So it's either been stolen, whoever burst through the door. Nice. We're trying to get to this tower here. Yeah, we won't be streaming too much long today. We'll see. Is all the server stuff back up, or did they say or what's going on? Just mess around today. It's a wet, windy, frozen all day. Surprised the internet doesn't go again, but now I'll watch it now once. Just puts that paranoia into. We'll see. It could be other stuff as well. You know how technology is. Once you buy something new, or you're about to buy something new, or thinking about it, your old phone, your old laptop, your old PC starts to get like jealous and breaks down in front of your eyes. So it could be the network card. Even though I'm using a Ethernet cable, you know, you just have issue with the network card inside of it. Sure, this thing doesn't have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. The new one just comes with a Wi-Fi dongle. I won't be using that, but I'll use it for the mount. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking at my stuff and I was like, you got a new PC, why not get a new mouse and keyboard? And I'm like, I'm okay, I'm fine. You see, I don't care for those to be wireless. I just don't. I have the cables so tidy that I'm never restricted. I can pull my mouse up here if I want, you know? It doesn't matter. But I will say, I will agree that I've had a big issue with earphones. Earphones annoy the shit out of me. It's pulling and dragging. And clipping and ripping out of my ears, and I hate that. So I wouldn't be opposed to do a little that. But everything I've got lasts like 2 hours, and unless you're, you know, Jimmy, you know, fucking sitting in your mom's basement and she keeps walking in on you, you don't, what the hell will you be streaming for 2 hours? I always say like 3 is the golden power hour. If you stream any less than that, timing is tough, but you're just not going to have as much chance of window shopping, you know. And if you stream any more than that, you're kind of just bollocks tired. You're like, was any of this worth it? So yeah, that can make you burn out. So I stay around the 3 hour mark and you're good to go. Because people, an hour goes by like that, so people miss it. And people who might come into your stream, usually you're like, where are they? It's like, well, they're kind of busy doing stuff. Or they didn't notice, or they noticed too late, you know that kind of way? And then yeah, those, they tend to want to try and follow in other people's footsteps of just doing crazy long streams. Are you the only person that can wear this turban? God damn it. So useful too. Tortoise shell. Right. Yeah, I put a cursed ring on him, and I think it's like stuck there now, so maybe you can get rid of that later. Yeah, it's a very unique game where you're not really meant to get too attached to the characters. Oh, there was something up there. Nice. I'm just worried about getting a little bit further into the game and those guys are trailing behind. Who's the guy left? Yeah, 2 separate VODs. I hate that. because when I try and you can download them and just mess around, I do that anyway. But some of them equate to like 6-7 gigs. It's like this just isn't worth it. You know, we're small time. I know that. So I think me going through that, like, and then for that to render, like maybe the new PC will be better with that as well. But from my experience, I get a minute of footage. It takes about a minute to render. You know, doesn't seem like much, but that's a 4-hour VOD that needs 4 hours of rendering. And then you have to make sure like nothing corrupts, or you have to kind of keep an eye. You have to babysit a little bit. So who the hell's going to do that? And to do that, just to get like 20 views on YouTube, you know, you really have to be committed to just wanting to do it. Jesus, such is the way. Such is the way. Like look at these games. I've been looking at some of the games I'm streaming, and they all appear to be going viral. And everyone's happy they're there. And then I look at Twitch's viewers. There's like 286 people watching this game. Metaphor had 800. Where is everybody? I'll tell you where. They're all playing the same shit and watching the same shit always. No one diversifies. It's just the same crap. Call of Duties and GTAs and fucking Overwatches and Fortnites. Garbage. They're all oversaturated. Anyway, there's another secret spot. That'll just be till the end of the time. Oh, here's another monster we can have. I don't know if we want to employ these guys. They look a bit dodgy, you know? You never know what'll be going on there. All servers are up. Okay, good. Because I didn't get to play it yesterday. But I'm glad I took it a little earlier. Because I do want to get off like at 10-ish anyway every night. It's abnormal to be on like, oh, that was horrible slowdown. Jesus, Switch, you have got to hurry up and come out with your successor already. That was embarrassing. That was like chugga-chug. You wouldn't mind if it was a big fancy Breath of the Wild. Like, are you aware of what's in front of your face? It's like DS graphics. It's PS1 stuff. Yes, it has all the nice new trimmings and that, but what good is that to you when you're chugging along? Like, come on. This thing is like, there's phones that are stronger than the Switch, you know? Jesus Christ. It was old when it was old. But I do love... I knew he was going to do that. I do love it. Nice. Makes it so easy to stream and go down. Yeah, exactly. You have like a 2 or 3 second window, and then between OBS and Twitch, you can set it. It sort of works like the delay. You can set it where there's like a 5 to 15 minute thing where it's like, okay, we'll keep trying. Like even OBS there, we'll keep trying. But just nothing was happening, you know. So I just shut it down myself. Nope. And sometimes it just gets locked up like that too. And just read red 0. Like I said, I never drop frames. It's just that, so it's always an outside thing happening or something. It's all good. It's that, I'm telling you, it's that freezing fog, dude. It's crazy. It's like the day after tomorrow. Like, I should not be out in this. You have to look after yourselves. Be careful out there. I love these guys, the little restless armor. They look so amazing as well. It's just like a fake shading until he does a little third-person move. Lovely. Yeah, coming off Metaphor to play this, even with its nice new graphics, you are seeing a horrendous, like, culture shock where you're like, oh my god, I can't move, I don't have options, you know, kind of, and you're just inundated with, oh bollocks, how do you get that? Can you go over here? You can fall down. No. What the hell? Yeah, the random encounter stuff. I am in agreement with that. Like, people might seem like I'm not. I am in agreement that just the standard old school turn-based like this and random encounters just really isn't the way forward. They're trying their best. Like, we got like that Exhibition 33 or whatever it's called as well. And you know, things like Atlas, what they're doing, they're adding a flair to it and really nice menus. But at the heart of it, it's still turn-based, you know, you're still standing still. But what's weird is, if you go full... How the hell do you get this? You can jump later, I don't know. If you go full real-time, although it's nice, it can come off really awkward, especially if they're used to turn-based. Like, even though Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I think, is my game of the year, it had some problems, which is unfortunately going to affect the next game too. It's that ATB they can't let go of it, so you've got a weird turn-based in real-time combat. So I just felt like I was running around the battlefield waiting for a timer to allow me to attack, instead of just going full Devil May Cry, you know, hack and slash, let me do whatever I want kind of thing. It was a bit strange. I did enjoy the hell out of that game. It's definitely the best game Square Enix has ever made. But, Jesus juice. Must we hold on? It's like a kid dragging your feet on the ground. Staying on top of stats, okay. Buffs and debuffs. That's where our priest comes in, I believe. Kind of just letting her do her own thing. Let's see. Alright. Get a little bit of this done, I'd be happy enough. Nice. Yeah, so pretty much there's a good few games coming out now at the end of the week, but it's all like early access stuff. So I'm kind of deciding which one I should get. I think Path of Exile 2 has early access, but it's normally free to play. And then Indiana Jones doing the same thing. It just comes down to, do you want to play it this Friday and then have it over the weekend, or do you want to just wait till Monday and play it for free? But they all got hex to do. 1 point of damage. Oh, let's think at least someone's anyone else. I guess. She's getting there. I'm trying to see. Level 10. I'm trying to see something. I think each level is like level, the height is level 20, and then you change over vocations and that. But yeah, I could invest in that too, where it's like a sort of little server, and it won't let you, even if your internet cuts out or whatever happens, it won't let the stream die. It'll just sit there, and that's pretty good. Most IRL guys will do that because of just pockets of having no internet. But it's a monthly fee thing, you know, which is okay, you know. I think if you were an IRL streamer, it's the bare minimum. It's basically like an investment, because you're not having to pay for big PC or gaming or whatever. That's the way I would look at it. I was like, here you go, you're compensating for that thing with that thing. And then, you know, we all know as soon as a stream goes down, like, you potentially lose like half your audience every time. Shit, if you go BRB, you'll lose half your audience. Like, it sucks, but that's the way it is. You're dealing with, no matter what age we are, but you're dealing with a generation of TikTok brain people. It's destroyed us. We have no attention span. Anyone who does, it's like you feel privileged almost at this point. You can't blame people. It's just short form content creates short form memory, you know. It's the way it goes. And then we like that because it's so quick and easy, and now, even though we're kind of enforced the same stuff. 69 damage, let's go. Do you think Marvel Rivals? I do think I think it'll last at least a year anyway, which is more than most. Which is not long if you think about it, but that's more than most. It comes down to how much Disney gives a shit. And Disney and gaming is one of the strangest babies you'll ever meet, because of course they're money hungry and profit hungry, but you just never know, like, who came up with bringing back Epic Mickey. Like, it's great, but it's so random, you know. I don't know. 2 months a week to fire spells. It's also those who last long when assaulted wind infused incantations like whoosh. Alright, they're trying to help us out here. These towers might be connected to the big bosses. Nice. It looks like we can go in the background, but I can't see a way. See, just like other RPGs, they're not going to spend in these dungeons. More chance you just have to die. You won't win. I think this will level up the objective a little bit faster. Honestly, it's really just, look at that, the crab's not getting hit by anything. He just keeps summoning more. There you go. I want to see, can we pick up some weapons in the dungeon? Not as nice about that. Right now I'm using the whip. Like it says, can we go over there? Can. Let's see what's up here first though. It's cool thing. Yeah, Marvel, like, if it was anything else, it wouldn't survive very long, but Marvel gives us that extra buffer, you know. But it's not a sure thing nothing is, you know. Especially when it is carbon copying Overwatch. Honestly, that Deadlock from Valve, I think has more potential, because it's like, it is just third person Overwatch. but you can see the potential. And it's Valve too. Like, Valve are the type of guys, they're not dependent on an EA or an Activision or a Disney. They don't care. They're like, oh yeah, we'll just keep this game alive for 10 years because we said so. Because they're such a kind of organic developer. I know they don't put out many games anymore, but they did at one point. They're so organic that they're like, well, even if this game isn't doing well, we're using the engine, we're using the tools, we're growing from there, you know, that kind of way. Like, look at what they learned from Half-Life. It's like, oh yeah, that just started as a sort of plaything for the Source engine, you know. And then you got your G mods and stuff. So it's nothing short of genius. It's how old school development used to be. The hell is making that noise? Oh, it's because I'm poisoned. What the hell is that? What spells do you have? Heal, Squelch. Squelch. The names of some of the Dragon Quest stuff. This is what I was saying about Dragon Quest, the Atlas's games, to Final Fantasy. So funny. They're all just different iterations, really, of the same process. The names, you know. This is... You have Fire Firaga in Final Fantasy. Then you have... Oh shit, poison me again. And you have this game with the Sizz and Frizz, and then Atlas has, what the hell was that? Like Botra and stuff like that. It's sort of like a Latin way of making stronger spells, you know. So we'll see. I'll definitely try that though. I'll try them all. Like, I do want like things to take off, so that we can all have a good time. And if they're free to play, then hell yeah, you know. I want these games to do well. Like, people are championing the X-Defiant is dead. That's mainly because of a underlining hatred of Ubisoft. The same thing happened with Star Wars Outlaws. People can hate or love it, I don't really care, but it was absolutely, absolutely just 100% pre-hate before the game even came out. The game has a lot of issues. There's a lot of good things going for it too. I enjoy it for what it was. In a world where it's been 10 years since the last Uncharted, I'll take whatever I can get, thank you very much. Like, even Indiana Jones, I'm gonna kind of go into it with sort of hopes of Uncharted. Nice. But yeah, you're right, like, people get scared when a review is so close to release. It's like, hello? What's wrong with it, you know? Stalker did that as well. But it might not mean anything. Honestly, when things are going the way it is with Game Pass and Xbox, they don't care about reviews or Metacritic. Well, obviously they do, but they don't care in the sense of we're going to give people bonuses and this better be good and blah blah blah, you know. There's delusions of Sony grandeur, and Sony just kind of get a pass on a lot of things. Like, as much as I love Astrobot and stuff like that, and Spider-Man's great, but this thing of just giving 9s to 10-hour games is just out of fucking control at this point. It's so silly. How can we have like 150-hour Atlas RPG that they made for like less than 50 million, and it takes 350 million to make 10 hours of Spider-Man? That's money laundering, you know? It's absolutely money laundering. Hello, Bernie, how's it going? How you doing today? You just had a little fucking internet crash or something. I don't know what it was. Just keep an eye on things now. Yeah. I have fiber internet and all that stuff is good, but unfortunately the infrastructure of town is quite old. So even putting fancy new fiber in, they're just kind of cracking and creaking and taking chunks out of old buildings. They were also hanging big Christmas decorations from street to street, and that also is where most of the electric lines and fiber lines are. So they can't go underground in a lot of towns because it would require them to dig up half the town, and they're already pissed about traffic as is, you know. So a lot of them go over for the towns. Unfortunately, when they start messing with stuff, that's what happens. Nice, and there's a happy little monster to help over here. Okay. That's a new thing in the game, you can collect little monsters to help out. And I think they're meant for the monster arena, but if you have a wrangler, look at this little cute guy, you can have them join. Look at this little guy. Like a little liquid poison. Nice. What's his name? Slurper, is it? I love that noise. It's a classic. He's called Bub. Hey Bub. What up, Bub? So I think what you could do is train them up that way, and then have them The statue might heal us. No, have them join. And almost like a summoner, basically. So that's something new. That's cool. It's probably brought over from Dragon Quest Monsters, which is a spin-off series where kind of like Pokemon or something, you know. And Dragon Quest Builders, which if you love Minecraft at all, I definitely urge you give that a shot. Alright, Wizard Staff. Are you the only one who can do it? Once not a Wizard Sleeve. Yeah, he's the only one who can do it. Okay, I gave him the Boomerang, but he's mainly doing magic anyway. Brings him up to 45. Nice. Towards a baddie. Since a ball of fire hurting when used as an item in battle. I love that. Nice. This is fun. I think this one probably more closer to like a 20-hour. So we could realistically finish it for New Year. That's the plan. And for the New Year, I'm trying to think, like, I try and start off each year with something like really fancy and something I might have missed out on. There's a lot like calling out to me, but things I'm really on the fence about, like things like Baldur's Gate 3, you know, I kind of missed out on that one, but for a reason. Honestly, the more I see Baldur's Gate 3, I'm not gonna lie, but there's that many shipping going on that I see about 80% of Baldur's Gate 3's player base is the ladies. And there's nothing wrong with that, it's really great to see them getting something, but yeah, outside there, sleeping with bears and all that kind of stuff, I mean, it's not really for me. It's all good. I played Dark Alliance growing up. So I'm all good. Oh, I didn't even see that little dude on the side. Will he help? He's so cute. Little heel slime. Gotta be careful. It's in the name what they do. Take this. You might summon buddies as well. So yeah, this one definitely has... Oh, he is healing. Definitely old school ways. So if you want maybe the more new school, like 11 is there. 11 even came out with a Switch version, which is called S. Dragon Quest 11 S. And it came with a pixel art style like this. And I think it's what gave them the idea of doing it like this. Very nice. There you go. Diddly-dee-dee-dee. What are you up to today? Huh? You want to do a little farts afterwards? Little farts? I'm just getting into me paranoid mode now with the stream. After that, it sucks. Sometimes I do think it's the network card. The PC is just like, fine, you've had enough of me, I had enough of you. Look at that, I couldn't even go 10 spaces. Sheesh, they gotta chill with that. My goodness, that is extremely aggressive. Look at the stuff we have now. Very aggressive, huh? Damn it, a dazzle is the devil. Glad you see want summon more. Someone get rid of those shields. I thought I put my agility up, it seems to be low. Go! Oh no, don't kill him. Crack. Please don't hit him, don't hit him, don't hit him. No, they keep missing. Oh, she actually healed him. Good on you. Damn it, we're missing so much. Who was actually dazzled? Just those two. Oh, damn it. Just a moment. Yeah, it's cool. You actually affect their voices.
Ready now.
No. Well done. Oh Christ. Damn it, he's missing. Please don't kill her. When will the dazzle wear off? Heal! So I've only got one attacker right now. There you go. The dazzle keeps messing with them. Basically like blind or fog or something.
Time to heal.
Feeling like her life depends on it. It's the noise you don't want to hear. Alright, I stopped hallucinating. You're too late. That was a disaster. I could have tried and cured it too, I suppose. Bloody hell. Yeah, you'd want to... I mainly have it on auto for the rest of them, but you'd want... I think for the boss we'll switch it back. Because we just don't want a bad heal happening. Wasting MP. Alright, so how are we doing here now? We're on floor 2. We just gotta go all the way around here. And yeah, Soul Reaver's coming out as well. It's just, there's so much. I don't need to really pick up anything else. We'll be eating good until the new year. I think I'll buy that just straight up like I did with Tomb Raider. See, I think the little heel slimes just show up from time to time. I don't know shouts. Very cute though. The slime jellyfish thing. I would rather, like, if I could hook that up and just have it like drop frames or something, or have the stream freeze, than it just OBS completely crash. To me, that's what it is, right? I don't know. That's OBS crashing to me. Seed of Defense. who knows? Streaming is something that will always be a wonderful... Yeah, look, my... Oh, it's a bit low. A wonderful kind of mixed bag, and you know, you're kind of learning as you go. I love it for that, I do. I love the self-learning aspect. And I notice there's a lot of people that want to skip that aspect, you know. And that's okay, like, you know, we don't all have time for that. And you can tell when someone just wants to stream because everybody's streaming, and someone wants to get into this, and the idea of video producing and being, like, entertaining and that. And it's okay, whatever the hell they want to do. But when you see the frustrations, when they don't kind of take a step back and want to learn, no matter how many tips you get from somebody, no matter how much you get from a YouTube video, unless you're doing it yourself, you're not really going to learn that much. It's the difference between, like, people smart and book smart, putting that stuff into action. Look, she's leveling up more than me now. I wonder what affects that. That's good though, she's our warrior. I want her to be strong. Yeah, it's a tough one. There's no easy way around it. It's the whole concept, what's going on with AI and ChatGPT now. You're not learning, you're just typing stuff into a robot, and the robot, you won't learn, you won't retain that kind of stuff. Like, we can all do a cheeky Google search and get as far as we can that way, but that's usually surface level knowledge. It's like, oh, so that's what that means, or straight to Wikipedia. Oh, God. I thought you said they were weak to this stuff. I think when it's blue like that, it means they've shielded from both of them. I think they're just a little bit stronger. It'll do me good just to chill, but we're nearly all out of MP. There should be a cheeky bed. What's funny about these games is, like, you go into a dungeon, and because they've kind of made their bed literally, where the only way to heal is to rest, they have to sometimes just prop a random bed up in places. It's so funny. Yeah, I love doing all this stuff. Like, I'm not so savvy on the coding part of stuff myself, you know, but I love doing all the programming part of it. I love figuring things out. And yeah, you get frustrated. Absolutely, I do. Like, especially, I've been messing around with this kind of stuff for like 20 years, you know. Even crappy little Dell PCs at home, you know. And I was always the go-to guy in the house. And the amount of frustrated insults hurled at me because it's like you're meant to just fix things with a button press. And it's like, no, you've rogered the whole thing up. There is no button press. Give me a minute. And then you've got people over your head that want it sorted immediately, you know. Nice. Right, you're already whacked out with and you can't do that. She's got one already. Okay, that leaves the main character. Cool. Nice. Might be selected anyway. So I like that. Yeah, everyone learns at their own speed. That's the thing, you know. I see people and they have just incredible patience for teaching. But you need patience to learn as well. And a lot of people don't. They just get frustrated and start bitching and moaning straight away. And I can't help that. I find that to be like, it's almost like an intolerant kind of thing. It's like, what the hell? Calls for backup and the boat heals, man. And they both killed immediately. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of things with the streaming stuff. I've watched people where they at least pretend they know more than they do, and I've watched them and they're capturing. They have internal capture cards, and they're capturing what the capture card sees on a PC game, you know. When you can just game capture a window capture, that shows you where they've either got advice or they've learned it from YouTube, not realizing what's going on. That's why I said if you're just a PC gamer, I never understand why people are buying capture card. I don't get that. And if you're saying something like, oh, it helps them capture 4K or whatever, if you're game capturing, it's whatever the internal game resolution is, and if you're screen capturing, it's whatever the resolution of your screen is, you know. Like, I watched one guy, he's one of those dumb lolcows, a DSP, and he's bought like 3 PCs now because he thinks it's the way to go. So he's they're all the gaming PCs, and one is to like help his capture, but it's a gaming PC. It doesn't even need that good of a graphics card unless you're hardware encoding. And then he's one for gaming. He does most on console. Anyway, he's just a dumbass. He's the type of guy. He's one of those who said, "Oh, I built PCs for years." I'm like, okay. He's one of the. That's the kind of guy I get frustrated about. Not like the average hobbyist. You know, it's the know-it-alls that end up. And he's like, at this point, he's bought 3 like pre-built at 1,500 each. So he's close to around. And then all the other bullshit he's bought. He bought like a giant brand new Elgato card when he's doing PC capture. But anyway, so he's about 5 grand deep. When he didn't need any of that stuff. Like if you're getting a capture PC, just buy a mini PC the size of your hand. If it's just for encoding and rendering, that's all you need. And for a gaming PC, obviously, I mean, that's what you need. You need all the graphics cards there. Getting 4080s, 4090s to capture a game is just ridiculous, or stream, you know. Like with this new one in the new year, I would love to. I want to do like a bit of dual streaming. I'd love to. I've been wanting to do it like YouTube for years back again, because it was like, I know I got that 90-day ban for the copyright strike for a second. I was like, I mean, I did actually start streaming over there, and even Kick as well. I don't know. You see, that's not a big deal. Like everyone thinks you're like, oh my god, I need 3 times power because it's going to be dual streaming or triple stream or whatever. You don't, you know. It's just they usually handle that on the server side, you know. You're just sending it out with your streaming key. You don't need that much rendering. And then like with things like Chatterino and all these other ones that allow you to have a fully connected chat. Like people have been doing this for years. I'm pretty sure like Arian and a few of those were doing that for years. I was always like, I don't know if I want to. I still don't know if I want to. Like at the end of the day, the reason I'm so consistent and been doing this for years is because I've kept the mental taxation of it all just as low as I can, you know. I don't need to be staring at 55 monitors and checking on 17 different streams, you know. You'll have people doing housekeeping and homework of their stream for like 20-25 minutes at the start. Like, for fuck's sake. That's another thing I'm always kind of wary about. Like, to each their own, everyone does their own thing, but I think the whole stream starting thing has become such a dumb, like, habit, or this guy does it, so I do it, and people don't even know why they do it. The big guys do it to allow, like, you know, thousands of people to pour in. I don't really see the purpose of it for the little guy. Like, even me I do a little intro thing now because it just looks nicer, so it's not just sharp. I also noticed that for whatever reason I'm getting my shit cut off on Twitch. I don't know if it's their highlighter or whatever. My shit was getting cut off. I don't know. Anyway, so that allows that little buffer in case. And then I'll do the little trailer thing, but I try and be into gameplay within a few minutes, you know. Because, you know, my golden rule with streaming, it's just for me, everyone's different. It's just for me, is I hate wasting people's time and I hate wasting my own time. So I'm like, the stream is live. We're here to watch, we're here to chat, have some fun. That's what we're here to do. I'm not here to stare at a fucking starting soon screen for 27 minutes. It's like, Jesus! So, but to each their own, of course, you know. What I've noticed about people who do that is, and I've even seen it with the lol cow stuff as well, is you're getting most of your fun and people gets that, like, new stream feeling, and most of their subs and donations, whatever they're doing, in those, like, 25 minutes or an hour at the start. And no one has the longevity then. And I worry it's because you've kept them waiting so long. Like, who likes to go to the cinema, right? Are you sitting there for 25 minutes watching trailers? We hate that, right? We hate that part. I think we all agree. Like, we like a nice trailer. A YouTube service is much better than sitting in a cinema. And then, like, you're after sitting through, like, 15-20 minutes of trailers. Guess what's now going to happen? A 2-hour and 45-minute movie with no break in between. Good luck to your asshole, because you are glued till the end, you know? You can't pause, and you get up off there to go to the Jacks or get some drinks and food. You've missed stuff. So yeah, I feel the same way about streaming. But to each their own. Like, I see people have their own thing going on, and it works for them. So keep doing you. Figure out what works for you, because everyone is different. Some people, as I said, they have more fun in the chat. That's why I see a lot of people doing, like, chat games and that. I'm like, okay, cool. I see a lot of interaction with that. And it is cool, but when you look down, I've seen a lot of streamers and there's not a single actual chat message in the chat. It's just 14, 15 different people using their bot games and stuff. And to me, that feels like, what's the point, you know? What's the point of streaming at that point? You could just do that in a Discord or something. But yeah, as I said, each their own. I think when it comes down to it, I think people just want to be entertaining in any way, shape or form. If it has to be a little crane game, or it has to be like a little fucking bingo or something, you know, whatever it needs to be, that's fine. In this day and age, it makes more sense to have that stuff because we are in a, you know, an attention span of 2 or 3 minutes, so you gotta keep them going. But I would argue that this stuff was not necessary 2016, 2017, you know. Like, we were all just so engaged with each other and chatting and stuff. It's very different now. So to me, I see streams like all around, and it's either they're knee deep in the game or in the meme of like Twitch, you know, where they're doing the little meme and stuff, or it's like an IRL where they're just chatting and commenting on what's happening around them and stuff. There's no in between, you know. It's very crazy. Most of the small time streamers, like around our size, are either no mic, no camera, and then really honestly just no interaction at all. So they're either doing something like farming for a crypto or Discord, or watching something illegally, like, or something, you know, that kind of way. Or they're just grinding stuff out, and then you just see that these are the type of people that copy and paste into chats and use bots and stuff. So that's that kind of stuff. So we're a level above that, and it sucks because those, we call those kind of bottom feeders. They feed off other people, and it sucks that we're above that. And the thing is, like, you know, this is not tooting my own horn, but we're all genuine people, right? You go talk to any person like that in their stream, you're like, my God, you're so down to earth. These are cool people to hang with, you know. And they talk about day-to-day stuff and life, and I think it's the best of streaming. But you won't see that at the top because those guys have one thing and one thing only, and it's to make how much money, how many numbers they can get. Because you can see it now we're at the end of the year. You can see the real kind of bread and butter of people's mental brain training, you know, which is like Spotify fucking Unwrapped, and a year in review for gaming, and Twitch's year, and all that kind of stuff. And I find that stuff fun for a viewer, but as a streamer, as whatever, it's extremely narcissistic and very dangerous sociopath stuff. Because really what we're doing is they're just pitting each other against each other, right? You know, it's all a numbers game, and here's the lotto at the end of the year, you know. Get the ball rolling. D52, who has D52, you know, who's number 25 on the stream, and that kind of stuff. It's extremely dangerous. It's just only there to further Twitch's pocket or YouTube's pocket, and then thus the streamers. It can be very dangerous. So I don't go by that stuff. And then obviously Spotify and that, it's become more of a meme, a viral thing to check in what you're looking at. But in reality, they're all loving that, because I bet you need something like Spotify Premium to get your Unwrapped or whatever. There's probably some buy-in. I find so many people complaining about not wanting to use, you know, the price of Game Pass and the price of Netflix going up, and then immediately buying into things like YouTube Premium and Spotify Premium, which you don't need those things at all, you know. You don't need YouTube Premium. There's like at least 3 or 4 different browsers that are ad free, and then for the Spotify Premium without the ads, it's just such a small thing, but it kind of proves yet again that we've come from a world of pirating music, downloading, burning CDs, videotaping onto VHS for MTV, and recording onto a cassette tape with radios. That's how I grew up, not paying much of anything, get the odd CD if I'm lucky, to now literally feeding everything, every dime we have into capitalism, into a system that we were once so smart about. I don't know. And it's because of the viral nature of it. It's not because you're like, oh, fuck it. It's kind of like laziness and viral nature. It's like, he's got this, I'll get this, you know, that kind of way. So I miss that. I miss how homegrown we were, and how much we realized that fuck the corporations, you know. Now it's fuck the corporations, but also take everything I can and let them take everything from me, you know. It's a weird one. We're such a, especially in these days with the way the economy is, we're such a thrifty people, right? You know what I mean? Like, we'll recycle, reuse, do whatever we can, and it's great to see that. But then on the other side, we've no problem like actually like dropping our pants and bending over, and I don't get that. And it's all like, for that case, it's the viral nature of it. Honestly, some people just like buying a dumb brand like Supreme. They just like saying they have YouTube Premium and Spotify Premium. In reality, they don't need both. The other problem is, and I've said this, like, ads are a necessary evil. We all hate them, but they're a necessary evil. When I grew up in the 90s and then the late 80s, ads were amazing. You got jingles, you got funny stuff, you got the best movies, the best music, the best TV shows. Nowadays, that's what's wrong. Advertisers are crap. They're crap. There's no viral nature. What happened to the weirdness of PlayStation going at, like, Crash Bandicoot pulling up at Nintendo's quarters and giving them the big FU, you know? Things like that. None of that happens. It's all safe now. It's all SNL regurgitated down your throat like a mama bird puking into a baby bird's mouth, and that's exactly what it's become of us. So it's part of just human nature, really. We tend to really we see the same stuff on the same timelines, right? So we're just doing what the other guy's doing. It's okay, it's normal, it's just the herd mentality. All these tips videos have become less useful because everyone's watching these videos doing tips, become less effective. Yeah, you're right. There's always that weird side of YouTube, I think, like, where there's like the bottom 10% is all like Indian people giving tips, and it's like, what the hell? And then you've got like AI and ChatGPT that are just gonna wash all that away, you know? We're already seeing it with the AI. You've seen the AI take over from streamers. They don't realize what they're doing. They're like, oh, put the AI onto. You could have the streamers, the booby streamers, and they'll have their AI version of themselves.
We got some unwanted guests here.
And they do it because it's another one of those, like, oh, this is the meta. Like, they don't even know what that means anymore. It used to mean something that was like the done thing that was connected to the real world, you know. But now, they're like, as in metaphysical, you know. But now they just call it, it's basically what they think they're trying to say is the word trend. This is the new trend, you know. Then it was the censor bars, and now it's like having an AI version of themselves beside themselves. But I think in another way, they're like, ooh, then it can replace me. The whole rerun stuff on Twitch is kind of genius, but pathetically lazy. Seeing, especially for the booba streamers, I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're already just sitting there with your tits out. Like, you can't even be arsed to do that. The one I always bring up is that Mira one. I think she streams every single day of the month, but only about 2 of those days are real streams, and I really do think there should be something done about that. Like, we live in a world we know, you know, MTV with all the fucking music videos and syndicated shows that would do reruns, and we love them for that, but that's different. That's genuine entertainment for the most part. Alright, what's these guys going to help out at all? Anything over here? Are these just like balconies? I think I just fell off the entire tower, did I? You told me not to do that. Damn it! That was a bad thing to do, and you can't fucking save. Join this stuff? It sucks extra because of the sheer nature of how crazy the random encounters are. Can't necessarily stand out where more and more people are doing the same thing. Yeah, you're right. I think, I would argue, like, people are always like, if you want to explode and go viral these days, you gotta do something truly different. And I don't think that's necessarily true. I just think that there's a little bit of push and shove and a little bit of luck in there, you know? Like, if you think of what Kai and Speed, I'm trying to think of some of the biggest streamers, like Speed, and I wouldn't even say XQC anymore, just fuck all. Like, even that Drake thing was like 2 washed up people trying to get big off each other, and no one cares. But yeah, those, I mean, and another one would be like Extra Emily as well. Like, you might not watch her at all, but that girl is like a content machine. Like, for better or for worse, she's kind of low-key cringe, but it's okay, that's her whole shtick. But the thing about those people, really what's got them there is the hard work, then the original virality. Like, can you figure out when any of those streamers, what was their first viral moment? Like, for Speed, the earliest I remember hearing of him was obviously setting off fireworks in his room. So that's part of that really toxic kind of prank stuff. And Speed has grown so much since then, not just in numbers, but I think as a dude, as a person, right? I wouldn't see him as someone to set off fireworks in his room anymore now and just start screaming. He still has that in him, you know, unfortunately, but, you know, with the barking and random ass stuff, that's just appealing to that kid nature stuff. And then Kai, God, what was the first time I had seen Kai I think it might have been. It still might have been when he was like viral. I think so. It wasn't one of the subathons. It was before that, but it might have been one of the big. I think actually, I'll be honest with you. It might have been that original New York crazy event. You know, when I was standing up and taking notice. You know. Oh Christ, we didn't get to heal around, did we?
Fair play.
Robin Hood.
You done all right making it this far.
So yeah, with those, and then I've noticed a lot of people. Like, say, like, where Extra Emily came from. A lot of them is through orgs, and then a little bit of viral nature, and then it helps that way. So, right now, I see that, I would say that the top 100, not even 25, the top 100 streamers are there from consistency, hard work, luck, and feeding off of others. In a good way and a bad way. Like look at NMP now. He's bringing up, he's risen up, like, 10 different streamers just from coming on his stream. And you can see, like, literally overnight, you go to their stream, and they're up to 5k and 10k subs, and to them that's like life-changing money, you know, which is great, you know, it's huge. And I do think, but he's not intending to do that. I don't think he has that within him. He's quite sociopathical, but what he's actually doing is he's raising up others around him. Like, I always said that big YouTubers should have done that, and they used to do shout outs and things like that. They don't have to, they're just living their life. But I do think that if you want to be like moral, if you want to really pay it forward, and you should pay it forward. And I always say that you're a better person, and if you kind of, you know, be kinder and raise those around you, you know, not even just in a financial sense. I just mean even just as a day-to-day, even a fucking smile on your face goes a long way sometimes, you know. But yeah, that kind of stuff, if we did that as a community, not just in streaming, in real life, we wouldn't need governments, you know. We would be self-sufficient in just wanting to help our fellow man out. And when it comes to streaming, that I do think, like, it goes a long way. Like, the charity stuff helps as well, for sure, but I do have a big issue with that kind of stuff. I've said this for a long time. I'm still convinced that 90% of charity streams outside of the small guys is, unfortunately, it feels as though they're getting a leg up for free, you know. Just seems shady after that. Nice. No webcam, you have to kind of compensate by talking more. Yeah, I feel that for sure. I could probably do with a better webcam. I don't mind it too much. Like, I'm not against people doing any of that other stuff, but yeah, like if you can't be on camera, you can't. You don't feel like it, and that's fine too, you know. It's not the be all end all. What does this do? See, luck goes down a bit, but agility goes up. A lone wolf, run free, and yeah, so you change your temperament a bit. Okay, yeah, it's interesting to look at. Like I said, I look at this stuff as mainly a social experiment. It's cool to look at it, you know. The issue with like raising others up as well is especially for someone like NMP and that, it's all women. There's, you know, thanks to Andrew Tate and Aiden Ross and all that, they've kind of destroyed, the respect for women and men actually carrying themselves like men instead of children. So those ladies will never step out of the shadow of like, oh, you only are successful because of this streamer or that stuff. You know, that kind of way. That sucks. 'Cause that's not fair as well, because they might have been in the trenches like we are, you know, streaming for years and years. It's not fair. It's just to get that big break. Because I've seen people go viral. I've seen them go viral and then that's it, you know. Or doing things like a Love and Host and all that, where it's like you get that little push forward and that's about it. And it's not enough. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know what some of these do yet. I gotta figure out this guy. I can't take this off, so I've turned him into a wimp. So I think once that happens, he's stuck as a wimp. He went to status over here. Yeah, it's interesting to think about for sure, you know. I have no delusions of exploding or anything. But as I've always said, like, the dream for me of this stuff is just appearance B, is that I would get to the point of, you know, being an outreach and a place of escapism for people. And if you had like 100 concurrents instead of hundreds of thousands, that'd be like be enough. Be happy. That's a lot to ask for too. So is he gonna escape to a different tower? Do we leave now? No, he's right there. I'm gonna land. Bonk. I think it was just a moment for you to like rest, is it? I think we're okay. Oh no, they're not doing too good. Okay, I don't think I have any way of helping them anyway. Let's get him. We'll be alright.
You don't give up, do ya?
The real beauty in the balance is finding a hobby, something you can do, something that will support yourself or others around, whichever you need. And yeah, to bring, I always said, like, I even say it like nonchalantly, but I mean it. I'm always like, oh dude, if this ever, any of this stuff ever takes off, I'd bring you guys with me, you know, kind of. And that's the way it would be, you know. So I'm already trying to sort of pay it back a little bit. Bollocks! They're gonna immediately take out my mage. Oh, you know what I should do? Let's go back to tactics. Can I do that now? Oh, here we go. Let's change all to follow orders. See this? So now I control them all, which will slow down the fight a bit, but it will stop something like that happening. Okay, so we're going to start off by focusing on getting rid of these little bastards. Alright. And we have Xena. Let me take on him. And you. Let's see. Does this bang damage all enemies with a small explosion? Perfect. And then she can... Need you. Try to raise the agility of all party members. There you go. So we can attack a bit more. There you go. Jesus, he almost one-shot him. Whoa.
It's time.
Okay. It's time. I think we're probably going to lose someone here. Ooh, look at this. Mercurial Thrust. Before anyone else can attack. Good boy. Okay. That's good. What's up with him? Oh, he's just orange. Because of that. Orange, you glad? Alright, 6. Group of enemies. Single enemy with a fireball. Is that all you have? No, you got more up here. You do buff. Kabuff. Accelerate. There is the defense of all party members. Okay, that. And will she have enough time to heal him? We're going to find out. Okay, I doubt it. Alright. Oh, he got kabuff. Nice. She did. Okay, but now he's going to hit somebody. Okay. I wonder, do I have a taunt? That'd be great. But yeah, it's a whole crazy little experiment. I love it. I hate to see people disappear, and they come back in bits and bobs and then kind of get dissuaded again, the poor devils. It's not easy. Let's try Flame Slash, and let's try all of our big things on it. What have you got? Yeah, we did that. Drain Magic, Accelerate. Let's see how much damage we can do. The Razor Sharp Sickle. And she can... Oh. She oughta... No, she can heal him again. The only problem is, it's like we don't know which is going to hit. Oh, 78, that's fantastic. 19, not so good. 99 for that, perfect. Alright, who's he going to hit? Okay, main character, so we know how to rob a node. I think if I had a thief, we could rob something from Robin Hood, which is ironic. Nice, then do Mercurial. And then his was pretty crap. Let's just do Decelerate then. So that was crap. I'd rather him do a buff or a debuff. Or we could do a sneeze or a snooze. Nice, he probably kill him here now. 101, oh yeah, this should make him slower and slower. Nice. I don't mind. He's in the orange. That means he's almost dead. He's attacking the main character. I'm okay with that. Drain Magic. Not a bad one. And what else can we do here? Just more deceleration. Be more defense for us so we don't get whacked. She's out of MP. Yep. So she can just schmagadoo it. Hope that we're close. Yes! There we go. Nice! So there you go. I won't always do that for the mobs. I'll just let them do whatever they want. But that was good. Almost lost. I'm just glad they're all alive because it's so annoying bringing them back. And also they won't get experience if they're dead. Nice. Good job. Made out of the grocery store. Some people were blocking the aisles. Really? Oh, Jesus. Is it crazy pandemonium? Is this like one of the first shops after Thanksgiving or something, you know? I know people go out to eat normal fast food after Thanksgiving or even on Thanksgiving. Mid-heal, nice. Sorry, you know when I get ranty, I forget to check in. Would you ever mess around with stream avatars? What's that one?
Alright, it's a fair cop. I'll give the
No.
crown back.
Is that like
Go, will ya?
Let me go. Should we let him go? Yeah.
Cheers, ears.
Would it be a good idea? He may help us later. Careful.
Would you Adam and Eve it?
Would you Adam and Eve it? Would you believe it? Is that like the trading card stuff?
Just need to find somewhere to lay low, and we'll be back in a beat.
To me, with that kind of stuff, the issue is, I wish it all existed when we were going hard on streaming in like 2016, 2017, because we were like 50 strong, and I could get more people to try it out. Right now, it's like, you know, we still get like a good average, like 10 people, you know, some days, some not, you know, that kind of way. And that's fine, but I just don't want to push, I don't want to pressure anyone. That's why I don't like bother with the mod stuff either, you know. I don't want to pressure anyone. And it's like, you guys probably like the 5 nearly every day, which I really appreciate. Thank you. So I don't want to push things on you guys, but if there's something you just want, you know, it's all good too. It's just the way it goes. I think it's got to do with nearly, as I said, like 99% of that old crew don't really stream anymore. It's like Proper is nearly the only one from the old crew that goes at it hard. He's another one who deserves like a big break, and it sucks that he doesn't. I would say he puts like 10 times more effort than I do, because what happens with me is I'll do something fun and new, and then I'm just over the moon with that, and then leave it that way for 3-4 years. He changes things up a lot. And that's that's what I want to do in the new year. But I'm all good. If I can figure this out right, I can start messing around. Even with the IRL stuff, it'll just be like little vloggy stuff, you know. I mean, honestly, you're better off nearly getting a new phone than a new PC these days, because just you do so much with them, you know. The one I was messing around with was all in French, and the Google Translate's so cool. You just put the lens over it and it translates for you. Wild. I've seen people use that across. It's like one good app, you know, that's out there. Webcam, yeah, I read that, okay. Yeah, I think it depends on what type of audience do you want. Like, do you want an audience only watch you due to being high energy? Yeah, exactly. And then, like, it's kind of what game. No, the game will be the initial window shopping, but then the people to bring in, like, I saw all that happening. It was a weird, like, experiment time with, like, Undertale and Minecraft and that. I was just really bringing in the tiny young teens that really shouldn't have been online. But
how could I forget? Even once the outpost reopens, you will need the Chiave Magic.
Yeah, where we get the magic key?
The magic key. Were it possible, I would love nothing
Where's the crown wouldn't work as a magic key? This will probably go on a king slime. It looks like a king slime crown.
It is just, well,
used to love the king slime.
I'm unsure as to its location. You see?
Yeah. Little avatars on screen. Oh, is that what they're called? Yeah, I see a lot of that.
Actually,
we've kind of done stuff like that before. We've had the little cat on. You know, would you believe, like, I hadn't seen the cat. Remember the cat we had? I hadn't seen the cat for years. I'm like, okay, everyone's moved on from that. And then it started to pop up again. People found it. It was like a circle. People found it and started bringing the cat back and the dog back and stuff. Which is nice. I mean, that kind of interactable stuff, it is nice. But that just can't please everybody. Like, I used to have different things here, and it was like tell you what games I'm playing and stuff like that, and that was distracting people. So it's so tough. It's so tough. That's the same way I feel about having chat on the screen. It's so useful for when you look back at a VOD, but then I find people that use it as they're just reading the chat. And then there's others that are kind of lurking and that kind of stuff as well. That's why I've always been really weird when it comes to lurking. I've had too many bad experiences with lurkers where they're just gathering information. So it's like, and the word lurker was never a good thing. Back in the days of Jack the Ripper, like, that's exactly what they were known as. People who lurked in the dark, and I just I'm not the biggest fan of it. And like, people mainly use it because, like, hey, I want to keep your stream up, and I'm just gonna go off and do something, and it's really nice on that scale of things, you know. It's a really nice thing. I just hate that it can be used for shitty people. I don't know if we can use this crown, can we? Anyway, it is what it is. Oh, you can. Okay. Let's see. It is what it is. That's just my own hang up about that. Everybody's different. Royal crown. It's no good for that one. Good for that though. Feathered cap. What else can this guy? Everyone can wear it? I wonder, are you allowed to? That's the question. Alright. Pass through the outpost and head to Ortega. Head to the pyramid to find the magic key. Oh, we just gotta get out here without dying. Yeah, there's a lot of things like that. You're streaming for a good while. You kind of have your good days and bad days, and good experiences and bad experiences. It is what it is. It's one of those things, like, anyone else would have just stopped streaming by now, or started another channel. And I'm not a giver-upper, I never was, and I never will be, so... as I said, the only thing that will stop me streaming is, like, unbelievable, like, health problems, or, you know, something going on in the family, something serious, and I'd keep these up to date. It's the only time I've ever stepped away. It's the only time I will. That's the only time that something will come into that way. So, I don't want to give up on this channel, whether, like, anybody ever comes in, you know? Because, at the end of the day, it's my little escapism, and it's not as if I'm never gonna not need it, you know, that kind of way. It's like a book or something, you know, that kind of way. It's like a relaxing back to me. It might sound crazy to most, but that's what it's like. It's my unwind, and it's not like I'm never going to need that. And because going into it with that kind of mentality, in my opinion, oh shit, I need to move them back. It just removes all of that nonsense of people trying to turn into, you know, fucking doing it just for money and fame and shit. Turn into psychopaths overnight. So yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. You know, like if I was doing IRL stuff, my brain kind of says, well, you'd be better off starting a new channel to do that, because... But I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, it doesn't matter what number is beside my name, or what follower and sub and all that. That stuff doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Like, even on YouTube as well. It doesn't matter. People might think, oh, you have this number, but it's all dead or whatever. And it's like, that's fine, you know? Like, this happens to everybody, you know? People need to realize that you're going to just be always rebuilding, you know? Like, if I do IRL stuff, might be people that still want the gaming or whatever, so they might not want that. Or if I do this or that, you know, that kind of way. It's just gonna happen. It's the way it is. It's the way it is. You're trying to grow new audiences. For me, like, trying to do it with gaming, it's just fucking next to impossible, to be honest, you know? Because you're, as I said, the games I want to play, they either go viral after I play them, or before I play them. It's just a pain in the arse. And then the ones I am playing and enjoying, you just might get lucky and meet like a real ass person who's not trying to be a graphic designer or another streamer. Because here's the thing, like, it might sound weird, but I'm very different between normal streamers. I'm not really in it to meet other streamers. Does that make any sense? I want to have a chat with people. I don't want this tit for tat stuff, because that's what destroyed the last community. That's what destroyed them all. They won't agree to it, but it was all numbers, all in fighting with each other, and all tit for tat. Who was getting a raid, who wasn't getting a raid, and all this shit. It was all baby back kindergarten shit, and it pissed me off to no end. And half of them were just straight up psychos. So that's just the way it is. Whee! And it was because of what the internet turned them into. They were probably fully functional humans at one time. Cool, you just jump off, doesn't even hurt you. Nice. Alright, we probably missed a few chests. I'm gonna miss a few chests all over the place. But it's alright. It's all good. So yeah, that's why I get dissuaded. Like, why don't you raid? Why don't you do this and that? I get that. I do. Trust me. And they're just little hang-ups. And it's not even about that anymore. I'm not like, I refuse. I mean, if there's genuinely a good reason to do it, I will. But just, it's about the care. That's what it comes down to. Like, when people truly ask themselves why they would raid or why would they do this and that, and a lot of it comes down to, you know, showing love or paying it forward or whatever. But there is another side of it, and that is, as I said, the mooching and all that. Like, you can even, people aren't even really shy about it anymore. You can see those motherfuckers coming in sometimes and like, if you come to my stream, I'll egg myself in the face. You might just do it anyway, you dumb shit. Anyway, so you can see that stuff. So what's funny about those bots, right? To me, they're mostly just kids and morons. But they tell a very, very selective story. And that is exactly what most of these grown-ass streamers think as well and want to do. They really do. That's what they want to do. They just are afraid or be shy about it. I've seen them. They've jumped from every new platform. To me, when I jump to a new platform, I don't give up the old one, and I'm doing it almost to get my name before someone else does. Like, take for instance right now, I had mentioned a couple of years back that I should have got the domain for cyberhoudini.com. I didn't do that, and I started to notice when I put my name in YouTube and in Twitter or whatever, it was bringing up all these crazy scam websites and Indian websites and shit like that. And yeah, if you go and search cyberhoudini.com, it's a dumbass fucking tech thing. So I screwed up there, I absolutely did. And it's probably not even a real website, it's probably a domain sitting, because people would do that. I get emails all the time, people trying to buy shit and buy this and buy that. That's probably what that is, and that's unfortunate. It is what it is. The only way for me to do that would have had to buy the domain and pay like a monthly fucking tithe just to keep it going. So it's not worth it. You know, in some far off future it'll probably cause me trouble. But I mean, we never got to that point. Like, you know, that's what I was saying. All of this stuff, Discords, merch, any of that stuff, I always said if things moved in an upwardly direction, I would do it, you know. But for now, it just, what would happen is, and this is me being brutally honest with you, I would create some merch, and it would be you lovely fine 10 people, and then putting that pressure on you to buy cups and stickers and t-shirts and mugs. No, I can't do that. I can't of sound mind do that. I don't have that within me. No, you should be all nice and you'd buy a little bit here and there trying to help out. I'd feel disgusted with myself. I'm like, I'm trying to milk people. Same way I feel like people do sub goals in small communities or donation goals in small communities. It gives me, as the lady said, it gives me the ick. It makes me so uncomfortable because I'm someone who's very independent and stubborn that way, and I never want to rely on anybody. The one time I did it was when we were messing around first stream, and I did it for a webcam, and even at that point I was so grateful and still am, but oh my god, I felt like dirt. I felt like dirt because people are already suffering. That was before the bad times. So yeah, that's why I don't bother with that stuff. It's not out of laziness, you know. I have it all ready to go. I have designs already saved up and everything. It's just, but yeah, I do want to offer more for you. It's these kind of things are just lessons you learn because it's an inward battle as well as figuring it out, you know. And that's completely fine. All right, I want to show you. That's where your mom's at and stuff. See, very cute. But she'll heal you out. But there is a little mini medal place I'll show you now if I can find it. It's basically like an underground cave. But yeah, anyway, that's kind of stuff. That's just my own personal hang-ups of self-worth and what I feel is value and all that kind of stuff. So that's all good. And that, you know, if the day ever comes and something does take off, then we'll do all that. You know, you'll be the first to know and first handouts and freebies and all that. Right now, things are nice and small, and I get to do little cheeky giveaways, and I'm grateful for that. So I'll keep that going. I'm all good, you know. These things, a lot of the time, it's meant to be. Like, I could go full, if I wanted, I could become that kind of moocher. I could start watching other people's streams and popping up. Like, I already feel kind of weird about doing hashtags on Twitter, but it's the only type of promotion I can do for the stream anyway, you know. I'd rather that than weird self-promotion in a subreddit or something. I don't know. There's a time and a place. But it's a tough one. Like, you have to, as you said, you need to know what you want your audience to be, and that's the hardest. Oh, it's this well over here. Here we go. It's the hardest thing to figure out, right? Because as I said, I'm weird. Like, anyone else streaming wants to meet other streamers, so that's what you're going to meet. It's like 99% of people on here are other streamers, but none of them are kind of being honest with themselves, you know. They're like, you're not really looking for other streamers though, are you? You're just looking for people to come to your stream, and when you're actually honest with that kind of stuff, it feels dirty all over. It's a tough one. Usually you can just do both. You're like, oh, it's friendship and a community, but I have already had many experiences of that not going that way at all. It starts out as friendships and community, and then somebody didn't come to somebody's stream, and somebody didn't do this, and it's like, this is bullshit, man. This is, once again, kindergarten stuff. It's so stupid. I never got into this for any of that crap. Do you think I want to go through high school, play school, kindergarten stuff of like he said, she said, tit for tat? It's so stupid. So I beholden nobody to come to my stream, you know. I'm grateful for those who do, and we've created great friendships, and we get to hang out, and you know, that's just the way it is. I'm fine. I'm tolerant of some people and patient of others, and Maybe some days I'm better than others, and I'm being patient, and other days I'm worse with people. It's just the way it is. It's the way it goes. There's a whole host of crazy people out there that you'll meet, you know. Ooh, a garter belt. Oh my, oh my. So it's cool. I do like meeting new people, and I do want to meet new people, and that's fine. It's just I'd rather not have it some weird, you know. You don't go into life going, I met some new friends at school today, but I'm only hanging out with them because they have Nintendo and they have Pokemon cards. We kind of did that as kids. Guess what? We're in our fucking 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. We shouldn't still be doing that shit, you know? Can't we not just hang out for the sake of it? So I'd rather not, you know, fuck with all that mess, you know? Jesus Christ. Social media has just regressed our mental age by so much. It's crazy. Bunch of fucking kids staring at fireworks going off every day, except it's like South Korea almost getting taken over by a military, or Russia bombing fucking people out of it, or Israel blowing up children. There's good times, you know, great times on the internet. It's so weird. We haven't changed too much at all. You might as well just sit in front of fucking TV with the popcorn there looking at Nickelodeon, and it swaps over to 9/11 happening or something, you know. The hell is going on with the world? And you want to talk about, you know, bullshit about people coming to this stream and not coming to that stream? It's not even first world problems. It's the most selfish, benign, pointless problems. Like, dude, get out there and do something with your life, god fucking damn it. Anyway, so yeah, that's my thoughts on streaming. It's definitely different to others, for sure. I think it just comes with many years of just fucking around, getting things wrong and right. And I'm not right with everything, I know that. That's okay. I don't have to be. I'm trying to figure stuff out myself too, you know? And you're gonna figure things out. It's just my thoughts on you spend like long enough doing this, and you're like, I don't really care about any of this other stuff anymore. It definitely works out for the better in terms of just enjoying streaming, enjoying the escapism of gaming and meeting cool people, you know, and it lets us weed out the bullshit, and that's the most important thing that you can do. How do I get rid of whatever that is? What does that mean? God damn it! That's the hardest thing you'll find in life, is trying to weed through the bullshit, because there's a lot of bullshitters out there. Sometimes restores a fallen ally. Okay, that's good. Cock-a-doodle-doo. What is this thing on? She's like a purple. I don't know what that is. Anyway, that's just every couple of months I get into this kind of thing of streaming and stuff. Stream avatars cost a tenner. Oh my god, you gotta pay for that shit? Wow, that's crazy. Suppose people lurking, which I don't like. Yeah, that's true as well. Yeah, I think some people use that as well. There's a whole social media psychology things. So you go down there every time you want to mess with your mini medals, and you'll get some stuff. The Garter and the Vamp, oh my. I don't know if it changes them cosmetically though. So big YouTubers create separate channels for different content. Yeah, they do, and a lot of the clip stuff is they give out about clips being farmed and it's actually been them. But that's different. That you're a cog in a machine at that point, you know. It might feel important, but you're definitely a cog in the machine at that point. So you have to be wary of that. There's so much goodness to stream, and no matter how bad you see stuff out there, like, go and enjoy yourself. Stream whatever you want. How little, how much, don't worry about that. Like the whole psychology I'm talking about, that's just leftovers, you know. It's very hard to shed those skins. The same way, like your stream crashing and I get paranoid looking at it if it's going to crash again. That's just the way it is. You move on. You don't forgive. You move on and you don't forget. You learn from it, you know. It can hold you back a little bit. For the most part, it just makes me too shielded, which is more dangerous than anything, you know. But you also find yourself not getting fucked over as much, so it's up to you, you know, the pros and the cons of that, right? Nice. Also, it's not the price, the quality. Yeah, bloody hell, it is the price, dude. Even just normal Fruit of the Loom t-shirts, which are made for like literal dollars, are like $60. So I get that, and it's like iron-on designs, which you get about 3 washes, so very careful. Like, I love all that stuff, and I support as many people as I can with their merch and that, so trust me, it's not about that side of it. I actually think it's really cool, like, that we live in a world that we can do things like that. It's just my own self-worth, and as I said, why would I ever dream of trying to nickel and dime 5 to 10 wonderful people who come in every day? Like, the fact that we even just get the game together, I'll take that. It's wonderful, you know? I don't ask for a single thing from anybody. Discord server, the only thing you post is going. Yeah, I do see that a lot, and then that's another psychology as well. I've seen people fighting over being in a bot, not being in a bot, of going live, and then like self-promotion and Discords and stuff. Luckily, there's a lot of people out there that you can meet. Like I've been chatting with some newer people, and they don't have any preconditions or anything, misconceptions or being fucked over or anything, and they're just really wonderful, and it's lovely to see. But that's exactly where I was in 2016, man. It was just pure naivety, you know? And it's a lovely place to be. Ignorance is bliss, after all. But unfortunately, I was ripped asunder time and time again. It's like, I don't want that, and I don't let it hold me back. But for certain on this channel, I don't think it's stopped anything. It's not stopped any friendships or anything, you know? They're all gone anyway, you know? And the people who were real-ass people stayed and developed actual friendships, and they're good people. The rest, it's your actions speak for themselves, right? You know, if you were there and some of them came back and had big donation goals on a third of their screen, and I'm like, whew, if you just had led with that, I wouldn't have felt so bad. But now it just stinks of just desperation. That's what a lot of them was. They wanted the fame and money, so they got into it for that. Didn't work out after a year or two, came back, tried to get desperate. And then, yeah, it rubs me the wrong way. It's not even about like a judgment thing. It's more like, why, you know? Why waste everybody's time on both sides of the bridge? It's like, why didn't you just start with that? Anyway, is what is. I think in some small part, everybody wants to do this because of the money, because the times are so rough, you know? So the desperation is worn on your sleeve now instead of being in the back of your mind. And it shows its ugly face sometimes. Like, I mean, as I've always said about this, I'm being honest as well. When I was saying about I want to promote indie games through this channel, and I've said that it would support itself. And by no means am I like mincing words. That's exactly what that means. It means that those indie games, they're either like review copies or that it would support itself. Because I'm a grown-ass man, and I know that investing into a hobby, investing into something, still has to have some worth to it. Whether it makes me happy as a person, or it helps others, or it gives entertainment, whichever way, I need to know that my money is doing something. You know, that kind of way? So that's what I mean by self-support. And I'm like, okay, let it support itself. Because you're a grown-ass man, especially like me doing my thing, being an adult from, you know, my middle to late teens. You realize that time is just the most precious finite source you have. So if you're going to go out and do something, make sure it's for a good reason, you know, whether it's to make you happy, fuck it, even if it's to make a few euros off it, you know, but just do it to the truest and to the best of your ability, and then it won't feel like a waste. It just won't. Even if to others it might seem like a waste, it won't feel like a waste that way. It's the toughest of life lessons. You look back and be like, damn, I really did just rot away in a corner of a room in piss bottles and fucking dirty ass walls and Cheetos dust on my fucking hands, you know. Anyway, or you could be like, hey, I did something that didn't work out, I failed forward, and then it was kind of cool for a while, wasn't it? You know, like a little business adventure or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's a tough old life, but my God, can you make some fun out of it? And I say go for it with the fullness of your heart. So those people, you feel kind of lied to. That's what I was getting at, really. It's like, Jesus, I think that's what it comes down to, you know. There's no doubt whether it be Kai Cenat, that's what's getting you into streaming, or PewDiePie back in the day and seeing all that money, seeing those big Forbes lists or whatever. There's no doubt there's that side of it. And then other people is genuine fame. You see them, TikTok is literal the breeding grounds for that kind of shit, where they've no brains, no thought, only like crazy money and fame. And you know, they make themselves shrewd business people, but they have, as I said, no brains or anything. So it's all like, honest to God, this fucking, was it 43 million a year you one made in OnlyFans? Check back where she is in 10 years. Like, just do that for me, and I guarantee you she'll be in a fucking wooden box somewhere, because she'll have blasted through that money, got with the wrong people, got into the wrong substances. Game over, man, game over. Making the young rich too quick without teaching them anything. What the hell? I picked up a whole lot of stuff, but it's not worth the crap, isn't it? Damn it. That was like freebies. Sure, it's interesting to get into all this stuff, I think. It's really cool. You never know what you're going to figure out the next day. Just like with normal life. Who was the worst? No, he can't do anything. So he's probably got the worst. Yeah, he does. I should give him some of this stuff. Yeah. Well, maybe not actually. No. He can't use a shield, so his defense is shocking. 79 versus, which is 91. She didn't even need a shield. Nice. Yeah, I like all this. Like from where I'm speaking, I hope no one is taking offense because it's not meant that way, and it shouldn't be, right? There's nothing I'm saying that we're not all thinking anyway, right? You know, I just say the honest part out loud, and that's the hardest pill for people to swallow a lot of times. I don't think what anyone does on stream in their own way is wrong. Obviously, if they're morally fucking up like these creepy people, you know, the creeps and the gamblers and the pranksters, that's actually morally wrong what you're doing. But I'm talking about, you know, your setup and your stream and the games you play and the way you've organized your stuff and your chat bots and little gambling and that's all. As I said, you do you. Everybody's different. Things will work for others. Some people, it won't work for others. That's the beauty of streaming, you know. My best advice to you is to make it completely different. Come up with crazy ideas, write them down, write down any idea, no matter how silly it is, and that will differentiate from the rest, instead of just being the same intro like it was on YouTube, the same bollocks loud intro and stupid Call of Duty clips and all that. So one guy started to bring back Call of Duty clips, and that started to work again. So, you know, just that's what will differentiate. Like, I was even at the time where YouTube Shorts was exploding, I was telling everybody, get on that bus. In the same way, like in a perfect world, I would be doing that and be on TikTok and it's 7 other fucking social medias. I just don't have the want nor the care, nor I just fucking I don't want to be that person, you know. And you see all the big streamers, the people are chasing, they have all that done, but it's been run. Like most of these OnlyFans people are run by dudes, by managers. You're speaking with a dude in these DMs. It's not even catfishing at this point. You're like speaking with AI and dudes. Trust me. And it's the same for any of these big streamers. As I said, they complain about their stuff getting clipped, and you find out that they own the clip channels. They just pay editors and pay community managers. And most of their mods, like the mod is the most, like especially big streamer mods, is one of the most underappreciated. They're basically personal assistants. They do everything. They don't just mod a chat. They create entire screens, entire scenes for OBS. Some of them control OBS. They do community managing on all their social medias. They create social media posts, shorts, clips, TikToks. They are 100%, like, this is the modern video producing assistant, or I don't know what you call that. Like, that's a personal assistant. Like, I talk about NMP. I watch NMP a little bit. He has an Irish mod. She's a girl. She's Irish, and that's her full-time job. Like, he, I assume, pays her. He sends her PCs and everything, but she does it all. She has full control. She's like in editor mode, so she's full control from Ireland of a PC in Austin and can do everything. Scene control. She's in there. You know what I mean? Like, that's a very smart girl right there. She is Twitch completely, shut down. Basically, she figured it all out. She's doing great. Like, you know, they're doing the streamer awards, so she has this thing where anytime there's a downtime, she pulls it up and it's like, vote for NMP and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, Jesus, she has it all, and it's genius. And I bet you she's paid better than most, you know. And those kind of people should be paid, because that is not just a mod in the traditional sense of like, oh, ban a few people, thanks, you know. That's a bit different, you know. That's like doing a favor for a friend. But what they're doing, those fucking high caliber mods, they are, sheesh, they are basically, I hate to say it, but they're 90% of the streamer. You know, streamer ends up just being the talent, right? But they're the brains behind the operation, you know. And then at that point, this is why you should never chase the big guys, because at that point, their work is done, you know. Like, their work is done. They're a personality now, and that's a good thing. But they don't hold any, like the work for them is to just be on, be there, and produce content. But everything else has been done by a team. Like, take for instance Kai. Kai is a wonderful dude, but he had a 15-person production team for that entire thing, and they were still fucking up and recording things they weren't supposed to and all that kind of stuff. So that happens, you know. But that's what a live TV show has, you know. We've now crossed over into full iCarly. He even brought iCarly on, but it's actually iCarly right now. You have a production company filming a show that's meant to be a production company, you know. It's like, what the flip is going on anymore? What the fuck? Anyway, so it's kind of wild to think about. So that kind of stuff just amazes me. Like, streaming is just popping off, and it's only going to get bigger from there. Nice. I can't wait to see what the next thing is. Like, 2016 brought Pokemon Go, which then brought IRL, you know. What's going to be the next big thing? Like, gaming is but dried up, but it still gets its little spurts here and there. Like, World of Warcraft popped off again, and, you know, the whatever big game comes out does well, so that's good enough to keep that industry going. But what's going to be the next big thing? I see a lot of game shows, miniature kind of size game shows, some with good production value. That's what I think the next really big thing is going to be, is high production value game shows on Twitch made by streamers. You can kind of see it already. You know, you have your little lover host, which is just a Discord call, let's be honest, with a few moving parts. Then you go all the way, like some of the OTK stuff, they had full game shows. It was kind of cringe and that, but still great. Like, Twitch has taken over for normal cable, and it's going to continue to do so. And I'm glad it does. You meet great people. Like, there's 10% of it that is just woefully bad. But in terms of the tens of millions, like, I remember it was even just recently that one of the new games came out, and I don't think they were supposed to report on this, but one of the big game studios, they reported on how many people were streaming their game. They didn't say how many numbers, they said how many people, how many individual streams. And this wasn't a huge big AAA game, because there's not many this year. Guess how many people were streaming this game? 3 million separate streams. And I would have been one of those. One. You're not like a little fish in an ocean anymore. You are microscopic plankton the size of the planet. That's what's going on. So, yeah, if you have delusions of grandeur of this stuff like taking off and you becoming Kai Cenat overnight, it ain't happening, and I'm not trying to talk you down. Stream to your heart's content, but do it for you. Do it for you. You have to do it for yourself, and do it for those that you want to entertain and have fun with. But please, for the love of God, go in for it with a bit of cop on, because you're absolutely going to walk away sad in like 3 months if you don't. It's just the way it goes, man. It's the way it goes. But geez, I couldn't believe that. I was like, this isn't even a AAA game. Like, imagine when GTA 6 comes out. There'll be over 10 million individual streams, I'd say. It will break records in terms of that. We know it's going to break records for money and stuff, but Jesus Christ. Can you just believe that? Think about that for a second. And we knew that when YouTube was getting saturated, and that's for something as small as streaming. You know, it's big, but it's still kind of smaller in terms of that, like, you know. But we got to that point. I noticed this during the PS4 era. You know, I tried to start to do YouTube and stuff in 2014, and even then it was too late. But during the PS4 era, when you could just press a button and stream, I'm like, oh, this is it. It's game over. This is everything that everybody has ever wanted, and it's so easy, and people still do that, and I don't want to knock them or anything, but I do see a difference between those who are kind of wanting to just stream and not put any effort in it. Do I think like somebody who puts like 10 grand into a setup deserves to go viral more than someone who just presses a pause or a button on their controller and streams? No, not necessarily, because it requires personality, and it requires something different, you know. Even just personality alone is not good enough. It requires you to be doing something different. That's the hardest part. So not necessarily. Some of those people can be rich and daddy's credit card or their own hard work and make those streams happen, and then burn out quick. I've said before, I've seen people work at like 6 months in the background getting everything together, you know. And then they've spent so much time, they've forgot about the streaming side of things. And when they get there, they burn out in 6 months. It's like, what the fuck was that all about? And then you just move on, you know? It's like hyper-fixation and then move on. It's really interesting to watch this kind of stuff. There's so many cool people out there. And people will go viral for the wrong reasons. And those who do wonderful new things won't go viral and, you know, become underrated people. Like, Jesus, it is tough for sure. I think if you get into it for the right reasons and you know, hopefully things will happen. I know good things don't happen to nice people for the most part, but if you're in, yeah, I don't think that most of that stuff will matter too much if you're doing it for the right reason. Are we going the right way? We're trying to go all the way down here. It's like a couple of towers. Okay, see how far we can go. Anyway, I'm just kind of ranting and raving at this point, sorry, but it's nice just to kind of get, even if I'm just reiterating, I'm very aware I kind of catch myself. I'm like, yeah, we've had this conversation, dude, nothing's changed. I'm not intending anything to change, it's just nice to kind of chat about this stuff. Because I've seen all comers, I've seen all walks of life come true in every which way, and it'll never surprise me. In good or bad, you know, where it's like, okay, people are kind of out for this and out for that. Look at these are all just trying to keep you going. Like, basically free weapons and stuff. Jeez. Thanks for the freebies. Yeah, I feel like during that time, like, as ironic to bring them up, but when you see people like Syndicate, like really just small town dude, and he did something and he grabbed it and ran with it at that time, and it was absolutely timing, of course, that was the most important part of all that. But damn, he did a good job at the time for sure. He's done a lot of shit things too, but that's just the way it goes, unfortunately. I think they just get bored, as I said. Get bored and have to do something dumb and controversial. He did it, and you're like, was that part and parcel just to keep himself relevant? Because you know how that is, like, that stuff works as well, doesn't it? Nice. The band AC/DC is doing tours next year. Stream Raiders also free. How do you stock market people get paid? This is nice. People will not need PS Plus to play Marvel Rivals. Good. Nice. Good old Bernie. Having a nice conversation, just mouthing off shite. Nice. Yeah. Like Syndicate's merch. I would like to own some of his new stuff. Tiny logo in the corner, front. Back t-shirt, you want 28 plus 399. So why would it be £4 delivery when you're in England already? Anything over a certain threshold should just be free. So yeah, that is a bit of wank. It sucks, dude. I'm sorry. It would be nice just to own a piece. Almost like looking back. Oh jeez, we're gonna get wrecked here. Oh god. We're not ready for all this. Oh maybe. So yeah, streaming is a beautiful, weird beast, and every day it will give you something new back, you know. Flying Batcat. And I love it for that, you know. I don't think I'll ever really experience that burnout. And I was even just doing this, like, I don't hold too much of the analytics to my heart, but I have my own little analytics I like to do, and it's like, okay, how many hours did I stream this month, you know, or that month, or whatever. And on average, I stream around, like, close to nearly 30 hours a week, you know, something like that. That's been generous. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. That's like, on average, 5 for 6 days, you know. Sometimes I'll do the weekend, sometimes I won't, right? And that's a lot, you know. And then on top of that, like, 45 hours of work as well. So that's a lot of time as well that's just gone away. So you must know how much I just love doing it. And I'll do that. Like, you guys are so nice to come in. But, you know, as I said, you'd meet one new... This is how streaming has become. You meet one new genuine person maybe a month, maybe a year. And that's really how low it is with gaming. I mean, by genuine people, I mean those that are not coming in for their own stream. Those are not coming in for graphic designer and bots and stuff. That's the way it is. It's very, very tough. Because if you're meeting the younger ones, they tend to they're trying to build up their stream, you know, and they're not smart enough to be subtle about it, so it eventually comes out. And then you've got the graphic designers, which is just horrible viral marketing. That's just a disaster. It's like, what did I call it? Door-to-door salesman shite, you know, it just didn't work then, it doesn't work now. Except we can't have a shotgun on our porch in this case. Yeah, so it's very, very tough, very tough. And then you ask yourself, what brings people in? And sometimes it's a name, sometimes it's the viral game. And my experience, it's been the lesser known games, you know. The lesser known, or the indie games. Asham, look at how beautiful this is. We're going into desert land now, this would be nice. Nice change of biome. And there's a lot of things I don't use, like TikTok is the ultimate marketing tool right now, you know. It's almost like the Fortnite of social media. Does that make any sense? Where it's like just everything gets pushed from there or pushed on there. I don't use that, you know. And shorts is huge as well. Like, even as much as I hate that everything's become the same, or it's just everything's just Instagram, everything's just TikTok, you need to use that stuff. So, you know, like me personally, that kind of, there's a word for that. It's like SEO. It's like search engine optimization, but it's not even that. It's another thing as well. Basically, it's just an all-encompassing term for the use of social media marketing, right? There's a better way of putting it. And I don't, in social media promotion, I can't do that. I'm not good at that because I have self-worth issues. So I can't big myself up. I can't do it. It's even making me cringe now thinking about it. So I can't do it. So I would rather pay like a promotional person or pay someone to do all that. And because it's quite an asinine, feckless, thankless job. Like, you're going to a Discord and 10 or 12 social medias, probably copy pasting or doing some stuff, and that's crap. And then you're kind of becoming part of the problem then again, as we talked about. So it's very, very tough. So I tend to just use Twitter because it's what I've always used. And some of my tweets will get anywhere between like 10 views and 1,000 views, and it's tiny compared to the millions, right? But it's still a lot, but it brings next to nothing, you know. The only time it ever brings a single person is when there's like giveaways or whatever. You know what that's about. Like, I've been honest about those as well, where I've said like it's a type of, I know I'm doing it trying to drum up hype, but then I've kind of been dissuaded with that kind of stuff as well, because people are just pump and dump when they just get their giveaway and leave. So I kind of got turned off that, so I just do that for you guys, the homies, now, so it's much better. At least I feel better in myself as well, because I felt really dirty about doing a giveaway and having these randies come in and just try to be nice about it, but know that you never see not a one of them again, you know. And it's the same thing, like I said, it's the t-shirt shooter thing where, you know, everybody just runs to get a free t-shirt because it's free. Free is the most powerful tool you'll ever have. Just free at anything. Anyway, so I'm kind of fucking done with that kind of shit. So yeah, and then the other side of it, like, I don't want to become a menace. I'd hate to be a Morgs or something like that, you know. I don't want to do that. That's horrible. It's not. So you have to ask yourself, all these people, like, you're going to need to check your morals at the door, and you have to ask yourself how viral and how obnoxious do you want to be versus how much of this is worth it. And because, as I said, the self-worth things, again, it's like, I don't really care, you know. I don't. But it's gone beyond a point and beyond a joke at this point, where this, you know, there's no delusions of grandeur. There's also no delusions of just, wow, one day just, wow, oh my god, everybody came to the stream, wow, you know. It doesn't happen. It does not happen. Like, even some of the big streamers doing that. In some ways, I would hate for that to happen to me, because it creates that sense of you'll never forget it either. You'll be like, thank you so much, you gave me that leg up. I've said this about Jacksepticeye, like he was pulling in a couple of 1,000 views when he started. He was in a shed in the middle of Ireland, and then he won a PewDiePie shout out. Now obviously barely anyone remembers that, but I remember it, not as a way to knock the chap, because he's done a lot of things. He's done good things as well, but in a way of like, you didn't get here without a little foot in the door, you know. And everyone needs a foot in the door. But if you're like me and you have fucking messed up sensibilities, that foot in the door means I had to rely on someone else, and that's the issue. That's my issue. But most people don't mind. They will trample their granny to get a couple of views these days, you know. It's the hardest. I know you're not. I'm not talking about the game anymore, but it's all good. Every couple of months this happens to me, where I just like, look at this guy. I just nice. And maybe he might be able to help us. We have to find him first. I think I just get a little bit tied up in the stream cycle, and I just have to get it out of my system again. Yeah, it's interesting for sure. If there was a lot more honesty online, I don't think people would do half the things they do anyway. So they're saying now with this social media being banned in Australia, it's even one more so, that's not even the scary part. They're going to want people to use their official IDs to prove their age, you know? And that's another thing. Like, we spoke about this a long time ago, and it always brings me up. I'm like, would social media be better if nobody was anonymous? And Honestly, I don't think so. I think we've gone that far that people right now are so brazen that they're openly racist, openly hateful, and they'll do anything. There's no, that's what I'm saying, there's no shame. You see, by saying no shame, you're like, oh well, we don't kink shame, we don't shame people for just being open. I'm like, that's true, but then obviously shame is the wrong word here. That's not what I'm thinking. And then I mentioned the word honor, and that's not the word I'm looking for either, because honor is that it will still have that medieval, you know, fucking vibe to it, and that's not what I'm thinking either. The word I'm kind of looking for is, it's just, I don't know, it's very hard to find that word. It's like moral fiber or moral standing or who you are as a person. It's just what makes us human, and we're losing that slowly but surely. We're just faceless monsters that are doing anything to fuck each other over. And I don't, it's a hard word to look for, that one. I'll tell you, it's one that's missing to the lands of time, I think, because oh, now we get some boogie nights, because we've yet to use it too much, you know. Do you get where I'm coming from? Now girls, shake those hips. Oh yes, there's always, it's so funny that Dragon Quest has always been this game that has a religious connotation to it, just with the saving and the healing. And then you've also had the dirty dancers and the bunny girls. It's so funny, like literally in that monster arena you have a bunny girl running around with a nun in the corner, and it just cracks me the hell up. You're like, oh my god. You'd have places banning these games, you know. Anyway, it's free if you spend over £50. What is it? Oh yeah, and 48 for a hoodie. Yeah, Jesus Christ, it's so silly. It's so fake. At least Amazon does it right. It's like, it's got to do with like bulk items, so they want you to spend that, and they'll just eat the cost of shipping, but not at £50. Don't you do scrolling all the way bottom of YouTube Live? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you have to do. Glad I did. Yeah, you're good. You're all good people. As bad the Mafia games never got story DLCs. They did a little bit with like Joe's story and stuff. Something, I guess. Mafia 2 got a small ones. Yeah. Marvel Rivals, once you purchase the Battle Pass, Demons rewards. Nice. Marissa Tomei turned 60. I can't believe she's 60. She's gorgeous. Always has been. But like everything else, no matter how good your plastic surgeon is, the neck never lies. There's no such thing as plastic surgery on the neck, apparently. So the neck will always show it up. You have a big old lady neck. I've seen a lot of news, like some plastic surgeon or something, or Korean surgeon. You got like Lindsay Lohan and Christina Aguilera and that Dolce, what's her name? Dolce Gabbana, whatever the hell. Weird looking plastic surgery disaster. But they all look like 16 again. It's crazy. Apparently it's some kind of it's called the ponytail face tuck. And as you can imagine what that is, what does most girls do with a ponytail? They pull the fucking shit out of their scalp. So that's probably what they're doing. They're pulling back their face. And apparently it's to help with Ozempic face. Ozempic is this like weight loss pill that was found when they were trying to find a help for blood pressure, and everybody's taking it, but they're not figuring out the main problem, which is their relationship with food. So they're just gonna keep getting fat, then Ozempic, then fat, then Ozempic, and it's really, really bad. But a lot of celebrities are taking it even though they don't need them, and they're fully beautiful, a little bit of weight on them, a little bit of chunk, and gorgeous, just fully like healthy looking, you know. And they take this stuff, and Ozempic makes you lose weight everywhere, you know. And they just want to lose weight in their body and the boobs and their ass or whatever. So it makes them lose weight in their face. So you get this, as I said, Ozempic face, or as I like to call it, a Skeletor. Fucking Skeletor face. So now, and some of them are going so bad with it that God bless them to look like they have EDs, and no one knows what the hell is going on. I really wish they'd be careful. And Ozempic's another sign, like people think I'm just hating on stuff, but it's another sign of people just taking things because it's a trend, like the whole vaping stuff all over again. I know vaping's been around probably fucking 10 years or whatever, 15 years, but yeah, we don't know the effects. And same with Ozempic, you just take stuff, it's a new trend. It's like, dude, you're never going to figure this stuff out. Nice. You see how the story works with this one? Just kind of goes along with it, you know. There's no big cutscenes or anything, so it can feel a bit wishy-washy at times. Just that older school stuff. I've not been reading them up. I've been kind of moaning about. Well, no, we were chatting. Not even moaning. I wasn't even ranting. Not even angry at anything. It's just me, like almost reporting in of how I feel about stuff and what I think works and doesn't work. If anything, people should just take that as one person's account and one person's advice, and do with it what you will, you know. That's the way I look at it. It's not going to be the be all end all. No, it's a tough one to get right for sure. we'll see. Now with the new PC, I'm going to mess around with a lot of different, like early access and random asked PC games as well. So a lot of like, do a lot of dumpster diving like that. So that'll be fun. So I'll be doing that. And we'll see where that goes. My plan next year, I'll be perfectly honest with you right now, is I want my big old New Year's resolution, if you want to call it that. I want to do all this PC stuff and give it my jolly good try, even try and mess around with different social medias, and really try and crack into IRL stuff, and I'll give it the good old college try. Let's see where things go. Tough guy tattoo. And yeah, let it be that kind of like little push, and then I'll just see where the life takes me. Because I think I've noticed this with friends. Well, I have a chat with friends with it, and we're kind of at that point. Once you reach this point, you can call it midlife crisis, whatever. I don't really care. But it's not really that either. I'm not like freaking out. It's more about moving into different chapters of your life. You know, like a chapter of a book. And for me, it's kind of much about where I am at my age and where my family is, you know, and what I want to do, and look after them and make sure my ducks are in a row so that they're financially okay and their health. Like, there's just a lot of stuff is completely out of my control, and it's extremely hard to deal with for me, which is unfortunate. It's the hardest part, like, is time and how little you have control over it. So there's a lot of things I just have to kind of grin and bear with and do my best with. So I want to do that, and then like once that kind of chapter's sorted, then I kind of want to focus not a little bit on me necessarily, but on just furthering things, you know. I'm so desperate to get out there and travel, and I want to push. That's why I want to do with the streaming too, you know. It'd be amazing. We'll see how things go, you know. Everything is lining up well, and things are coming of age and other things as well. You know, it's kind of a time right now I don't necessarily want to be away from family just in case, you know. I'm just a little bit worried, you know, don't throw anything out there, but just get a little bit worried as time goes on. Yeah, so that's that one little side of that. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to figure out. Because I know if I push too hard, I'll end up being away or something, and something could happen. You know, you can't think like that either. I don't know. Fuck, life is a funny fucker. You guys are still young. That's why I say get out there and do things when you're young. Don't worry about anything else. Damn, I could have given that the whole time. Some bitch. Anyway, they don't really use stuff like that. Might say they equip it, but they can't. Just making sure everybody as good as they are. Yeah, it's tough. Like I'm you know, pushing into late 30s now, so you know, most of the time that's when people have their little midlife crisis. I think I had my midlife crisis when I was in my teens, honestly. I had like massive existential crisis that led into a dark self-destructive period. That's usually what midlife crises are. Just being an angsty teen, lashing out at everyone, lashing out at myself. And my 20s and 30s has been pretty much sort of give up. No, not give up. I hate that word. Not give up anything, unless I give up myself. But that's not even it. That sounds selfish too. It's not even selfish. It's willingly live my life for the hope of others. I don't know what the way to put it. For basically just doing the family thing, you know. Just being there for everybody and helping out everybody, and that's okay. And I'm okay with that. I don't have any regrets. Like, I did a lot of crazy shit in my teens and early 20s, so I kind of felt like I got that out of my system. So now it's just been kind of work, family, help, you know, that kind of way, and that's okay. That's like normal life. That's okay. But now as I move into my 40s, I'm like, okay, now, because I have adventure, and that's really cringy to say, but I have like adventure in my heart. I always had. Maybe it's from gaming, maybe it's just from growing up in a rural home. I don't know what it is, but I have that, you know. I want to bring that into my life, and I want to bring it into streaming as well, you know. I think it'd be great crack out there, you know. I traveled a good bit in my teens and early 20s. This guy, so what do we do with this guy then? He just keeps coming back? Where is he going? Monster sniffs your considerable scent and flees. Do we need to be stinky of something else? Anyway, yeah, I'm just kind of ranting and raving here, trying to work out what's going on, Michelle. You guys probably feel the same. Like, what do you guys want to do with your life, or what aspirations, or Or how are you feeling about your life the way it is now? Because you can always change things, you know? Like, I know money feels like the great fucking roadblock, but it doesn't have to be. You can change things. I'm happy where I am right now. I've been very happy where I have been last 10 years. I think streaming and YouTube and all that has been such a great outlet as well, you know? To me, this is my selfish kind of personal time, you know? And I get to hang out with you guys. I get to, you know, talk about games, play games, get escapism, chat about life. Loads of good things, like, if you want to call that stuff. And it still allows it to be a source of escapism for you guys, and hopefully a bit of entertainment of some repute, you know. But I don't know, I like all this stuff. It's good. It's not something I don't think I'll ever get rid of. I love it as a, it's like a, it's not even the social media side of it, or the like, oh, look at me, look at me. It's not even about that. I don't really care about that stuff. It's just, it's the social, like, emotion of it all or something. I don't know. It's, I don't have the words for everything, that's for sure. That's for sure. I don't know. It's a social outlet for me, I guess. Nordy's Grotto. Look how beautiful these places are. It's all locked up as well. They'll probably bring us over here no time. Don't we have a red... Yeah, there you go. It's not locked. We have the special red door opening too. Look at the speed of us now. We're flying, baby. Yeah. Sorry to get all, like, fucking chatty, chatty stuff. I don't mind. As I said, like, very rarely is there anything ever off the table to chat about. We've talked about personal health problems. We've talked about life. Oh my god, this is horrible. Why would you give me that? It's like one of the day one things. Instead of training togs. It's so funny. I love how British and European these games get. You guys even know what togs are? For us, like, togs are like swimming togs. Just means swimming outfit. Yeah. I hope you're all doing well. And I always try and, like, leave off or, like, look after yourself. And I mean that, you know. These are good people. Yeah, sometimes we might get in under each other's skin, or maybe I'll say something stupid, or vice versa. That's normal, you know. I mean, you gotta put up with the stuff, and other people have to put up with your shite. That's just life. I don't want to trash people or get rid of them because of that. I don't know. There's far more evil out there than that kind of shite, you know. Why are these better? Oh, okay. Silk robe. So that's another one of those female things. Some of the armors is female specific. It's good to have at least one or two on your team so that you can distribute the armor and stuff. What did we just pick up? The togs or something? Where did they go? Yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted. That'd be like an evolution of the channel, but it's not a big deal. It would also be sort of selfish, but it would be like life fulfilling stuff, bucket list stuff. Like, it would allow me to travel and keep the streaming going at the same time. But I don't want to move completely away from gaming either. I don't know. We'll see. The world's getting a bit colder by colder, so these things you have to kind of move fast with them. It's all good. That's just one side of us. But the game, and you see, we could be chatting about a game, having fun. We could be raging at something, and here we are talking about fucking life, or some days it's like talking about, I don't know, maybe where did he put the togs? Some days you're talking about health stuff. So yeah, it's good. There we go. Training togs. The freedom of movement afforded by outfit makes it a favorite with martial artists. Oh, okay. So maybe he's like a martial artist. This dude. And you Nordy, he's like a little gnome or a little dwarf. Yeah, Nordy the dwarf. What about me, boy? I have no business here. Clear off. Alright, that's probably for later. You know me, if I'm not finding stuff too early. And how's there a well down here? Is there? I mean, is there? He also says take a look down the well and he jumps down. He's so funny. So pretty. Yeah. It's not a social media ban or anything, it's just a way to get people to submit their IDs so they can keep track of them. Right, I'm probably missing loads of stuff, sorry. Sometimes I can just go off on one and get off your chest. Saudi Arabia offered 700 million for a rematch. Oh my god. That's some bullshit. Turns out WWE would keep the rating of family friendly. Oh. That makes sense. Netflix are quite PG. Try Suicide Squad, right? Or X Defiant. Yeah, if you had the season pass, they're gonna refund you. I think Ubisoft are in serious trouble. Jesus. Guards at X Defiant just over a month ago. Mark Rubin said there was no plans of shutting it down. Yeah, because there was rumors already. I think I look back at the tweet. I think it was Seed of Light. It was October 14th or October 15th that we chatted about it. That's when the first news broke. So almost nearly 2 months later, it turned out to be true. And super sad. Sometimes those rumors can be just a chat between people, and someone gets wind of it and it's leaked by actual disgruntled staff members, and then it becomes a real. It's like you put that out into the world, you know. Sometimes, like me, I'm just reporting on fucking, not even reporting, we're just talking about fucking rumors and shit, you know. Who knows what's real and what's not. I'm just, it's something, I love this industry so much, and yeah, there's parts of it I detest, and it's part of the fandom I detest as well, but it's just the way it goes. You don't control people, you can't control the good and bad in people, you just have to hope that they're raised properly. Look at that, I seen that news report, maybe it was something that popped up in my stuff, but it's like a 12-year-old that, oh my god, they're like, what did they do? They pushed another child in front of traffic or something, and then snuck into the ICU to take a picture of them on death's door. No, I think they might have drowned them, or tried to drown them. It was something messed up. They were doing like a TikTok pose and TikTok dance with they were in like the ICU, like barely alive. There's something wrong. And as I said, you know, people like might look bad on me, whatever, but I've said what you need to do in these situations. It's the parents, right? Yeah, I couldn't stop calling them Defiant Deviant, so yeah. Here we go, yeah. Oh yeah, no, it was like a bullying thing. Anyway. Oh well, that's just, it's so fucked up, but it's such part of life. We need to do something. We're losing that generation of kids. Jesus Christ. Good lord. Scary stuff. And you wonder, I've been saying for a long time about not allowing a lot of them on the internet under the age of 16. You think I'm some kind of restrictive headmaster or something like that? No, I'm trying to save their life in every which way. It melts their brain, it melts their growth. There's no good in all this. Even when I was a kid and we had MySpace and Bebo, there's some great stuff out there, but for every good that's been done, we don't know the corners. That's what I was saying about Discord. Discord's not regulated. I've met some great people through Discord, and they had good days and bad days, and I never wanted to go away, but my god, if they don't start regulating and checking in on these creepy places, then what the hell is going on? Yeah, freedom of speech, blah blah blah, but as I said, that's all a horrible excuse for, it's not got to do with freedom of speech when you're doing this heinous illegal crap, you know? Good lord. Same with these streamers as well, like, that's why they go to Rumble, that's why they go to these places. Now, some of the names of these enemies are from like 1990s and 1989. They're not really appropriate anymore, some of the names. I think like Jack and Ape is probably not a good word to be saying anymore. There's a few others. Remember I was saying about blackguards as well. That's something that we were called as kids, and it wasn't until I grew up that I realised that's not a good thing to say. It's spelled like blackguard, but it kind of stems from, yeah, so as you can imagine, stems from like old kind of racist terms and stuff, and the black and tans and things like that. Just things like that. It's usually more connected to like piracy and stuff. You're a blackguard. We used to call us this because we were a messer. There's a lot of stuff like that. When you're in rural countries like that, you just say stuff. People aren't inherently racist. It's just, for God's sake, there's just weird little things that are taken from family to family because you live 5 miles away from society, and you just take it as it's nothing, not realizing. Like I said, what we called cigarettes in the UK and Ireland for years. But actually that one's a bit separate, because that one sort of goes back to the fact that they're reappropriating words, and I hate that. I know modern society does that all the time, hundreds of years. It really pisses me off, because I'm like, you never know what to say or what you're not allowed to say. Grow up. You're just normal good people. You can see the ones that are doing it for an intent. Big difference. Oh man, all that Silver Rosary, that might be good too. Yeah, this is a fun game. You can see, like, the fact that I'm going like chatting about stuff is a good sign that it's a really good kind of just chatting about life and grinding in the background. Like, I'm not gonna go do that tower now because it's gonna be a big tower, but you could maybe go down to that little thing, maybe. Maybe there's something going on in the desert. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing okay, and look after yourselves, look after your family, and once you're doing some kind of good out there, or at least not doing any bad, that's all good, you know. We're too hard on ourselves as it is. I gotta be looking at that little eyeball squishing there. Nasty. May as well call it X-Deviant. Ooh, it's like EX Defiant, huh? Dead right. How cheap is Suicide Squad now. You know me, I'm a stickler. I still want to get a physical for like €2 in a bin somewhere. I hear that you guys are running out game shops as well. I think your game shop called Game. I think that's going as well, is it? Nice. Good. She's catching up with strength. A prince gifting sub in a channel would be something like a Saudi Arabian prince. Yeah, I think they own a lot of esports teams and stuff, right? Sure, that's what they call them. They call them Oilers, right? Oilers is like the sign of like a whale, right? Someone that drops a lot, but they're called Oiler for a reason. It's like a prince who has a whole lot of whatever. Ah, yeah. I should do enough. I see people dropping like hundreds and 500s of subs. Like, Jesus Christ almighty. Oh, but you just never know anymore with like fucking. So even the subathon, like, not to be mean or anything, but I could, out of the 700,000, I'd say at least 50k of that is from his own team in some way, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I think that some of that can be like TOS grey area, but I think somebody giving out subs in their own channel should be well within their rights. It's kind of like making a fruit basket out of your own orchard or something. Who cares?
Just a moment.
I don't know. Just a moment. That's good. Just as well, no longer on sale, full price. Yeah, no, it'll be on. I'm waiting for Game Pass or whatever. PS Plus. Don't worry, it'll be there. Like I said, it came down to a tenner a couple of times, and then they were selling the deluxe edition upgrade for a tenner, and people were buying that like idiots because nobody reads anymore. So that can happen. I was trying to tell people don't fall into that hole. But who cares? Still not worth it. And I don't want these companies to suffer, but you know, nothing speaks louder than an absolute financial failure. So what is? As I said, the Arkham guys are long gone. They're doing their own thing, so you know. You're not really supporting the Arkham guys anyway, so support their new game. Vampire Cat. Alright, we'll get to this little place down here and we'll leave it there. So I don't know how long I've been playing now. Fucking things switched off. Yeah, Xbox Deluxe Edition is... Oh, so it's like 8 or something. That's nice. Yeah, it's still around that tenner mark. Whoa, that was a lot. Oh my god, her health jumped amazing. I'd have to figure about that stuff. You can probably min-max with these. I think once you get each person to level 20, you're allowed to switch your vocation while keeping all your past skills. That's how that works. Alright, we're way far away. Can we do it? Looks nice. Nighttime. Nice. Yeah, the more like conversations I can have about stuff like that and streaming, the better. Because like a lot of Jesus Christ, a lot of what I'm talking about is from just my own experience. Oh my god, we're gonna die! What the fuck? Let me attack! Jesus, please, please, please! Oh no! Please! Oh my god, look at that! I almost killed us all. So yeah, I think like times have changed, you know. In the streaming space, things change literally every couple of months. So maybe new things work, and you know. But I think this, a lot of the old things I'm talking about, I think still stand true. You know, but people not being honest with themselves why they get into it, why they burn out. Some people are just, you see it like the Iron Mouses of the word now. They are just genuinely like lonely and want to meet people. And a lot of dudes are like that too, and they just don't want to admit that because it's like, I gotta be a man's man. Like she was, as far as I've been told, I don't watch her stuff, but she was bedridden, you know. In her case, the VTuber is literally because she's probably like half sat up in a special chair or something. My god, can that girl sing. I don't even see, I'm not able to watch a lot of streams because I'm either streaming myself or asleep. And I just watch a lot of clips, you know. Damn. That's why I felt really weird about the whole trying to beat her with the Kai stuff. But anyway, it is what it is. I think he then sort of had to do it, some of it towards charity as well. You know how I feel about that. That's what I was talking about. The big issue with that is kind of fake ass fucking philanthropy. Fake-tropy. Like, absolutely. The thing is, it'll probably will go to a charity, but it's the why, not the how much, you know? It's the why. You didn't just want to be the biggest streamer, you wanted to beat her record, but she did it for charity, so then he had to do it. It's weird. And then, you hate to be that guy, someone has to say it, but sometimes it's just straight up like male versus female again. I'm telling you, I wouldn't think this way, and I never really did, besides when I was a kid, and you're like, boys rule and girls drool, but the fucking state of the average white male these days, their balls couldn't be smaller, their voices couldn't be lighter, they don't have a clue how life works, you know, and they treat everybody around them like crap, but especially women, because they have fragile egos, giant egos, but fragile, like a bubble about to hit the ground, and pop, done. They're so afraid of anybody doing better than them, and it's all because of people like Andrew Tate that opened the gateway of, like, maybe you were thinking like this, maybe you had old school way of being brought up, and now this is just open their arms to that way of thinking, that incel crap. It's horrible. It's brought the generation of men backwards 50 years. It's shocking. And then women are undoubtedly kind of making more money or doing their own thing anyway. And that's another big hit to the male ego, you know, women make more money than me. And in reality, we've seen that they can be just as successful on these websites. That's the issue. The issue is, as I said, it's incel, male, female, sexist stuff mixed with lazy bastards who can't get big in their field. Like, what does the average, 15 to 19-year-old want to do with their life right now? Just become a streamer in a saturated place full of dickheads, you know? So of course it's not working out for them, and they get frustrated. Instead of changing and figuring out life, they lash out at everyone else because it's clearly their fault instead of their own fault, you know? Like, that's what I was saying, like, it's going to be so sad another generation from now how dried up, oh, cool. Alright, yeah, we'll check in here and that'll be a good place to, I can level up on the outside. Nice, I bitch, look at this place. Yeah, it'd be sad in another generation too when it'd be like robots taking over most of the trades and doing bad jobs building and that stuff like that. Looks Edition even worth it as just skins? I think it's just skins. And you know how bad those skins are. Woeful bad Joker, and then gender swapped everything. I don't give a crap if you gender swap the Jesus Christ himself. I don't care. Just do it for a good reason. Do it for any reason. It's not bullshit fake representation. Like, it's like this weird thing. Like in the 90s you had all this kind of stuff, and still a lot of girl power with the Spice Girls, and no one gave a shite. It's like, this is, yeah, go do your thing, you know? Like, sisters are doing it for themselves, you know, and no one really cared. It's like, go on, go do your thing, whatever. You know, it was still the chauvinist side of stuff, but it was like, no one gave a crap, really, you know, besides the usual. Nowadays, it's everything's in your face on both sides. There's toxic femininity and there's toxic masculinity, and they're just at each other's throats all day. Fucking Karens and activists and Andrew Tate incels. It's just a toxic mess. And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to live my life. Like, grow the fuck up. Who cares? Who cares what they do? Who cares what you do? Just fucking leave this world a bit better, you know? Jesus Christ. Growing up in my generation, just at the birth of social media, when you were growing up, you were just lucky enough to not embarrass your family or embarrass whatever, you know, do something goofy with it, so like get drunk or go joyriding, or, you know. Nowadays it's like, don't ruin your entire life because Andrew Tate told you that there's no such thing as consent or something like that, you know. It's just garbage people. Like, please go out there and read some good books and live your life. Do not listen to anybody online, for the love of Christ. Please. Look, he's instead of Socrates, it's Mocrates. Nice. Anyway, Jesus, let's not go down that road. Good Lord. Good Lord. Ain't worth the time. Sorry, this whole stream has just been about chatting and stuff. But that's good. So you need that kind of, I'm telling you, it's catharsis. I've said it before. It's psychological release. We're chatting about stuff. Good talks, good chats, good people. No hate. Just kind of examination of what's going on in life and social media and streaming and stuff. It's cool. I think it's nice. Nice to get like a good bit of feedback. You guys are nice with that as well, having chats about it, you know. Because at the end of the day, we all can do with learning, you know. It's cool, right? Cool, we learn a little bit here and there. Oh, look at this. Cool, you get the stained glass on the sand. Will this guy join us? Hello, sir. Is he going to leave as well? Oh, sometimes they're leaving. Why is that? Started by the sound of your footsteps. He leaves. Am I supposed to sneak or something? I know, I'll figure those out. Some of them might not join because I'm not the right level. Where's the fucking save area? Can't save whenever you want. There is autosave though. It is over there. Okay, cool. I'll go in there and save with our little nurse. Yeah, it's cool. I like that. It's nice. Might not always reflect well on the game you're playing, but it's just day-to-day conversation stuff. All good. Lovely jubbly.